know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
I represent low-cost airlines, and we know a lot of you are not traveling right now, and we understand. However, if you do need to travel between now and the end of the year, now is a great time to lock in some of the lowest prices we've seen in a lifetime. Hey, in normal times, we can save you up to 75%, but now airlines are practically giving away seats. We have inside deals on over 500 airlines. Here are a few sample round-trip deals we found. Seattle to Vegas, $35. Chicago to Atlanta, $85. Los Angeles to Atlanta, $100. Of course, there are some limitations, but the airlines want your business right now. And cancellation and change fees are flexible. So fly somewhere this year, book now, save a ton, call right now.
802-341-4535. 802-341-4535. 802-341-4535. That's 802-341-4535.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-ProCopy. That's 602-776-2679.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for healthcare. And here's why. Not only is it time for open enrollment for a lot of people, it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For the typical family, switching to MediShare saves about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. And what's more, they like it. MediShare has double the customer satisfaction rate when compared to health insurance. It really is remarkable. There's more than 400,000 members now who have shared more than $4 billion in medical bills. So they can handle your bills too. And here's the thing. If you join before December 15th, they'll waive your new member fee. So that's another $170 you'll save. I'll give you the number here in a second, but call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline, December 15th. So call now and you'll save even more. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time. For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien. Trying to figure out what you've done horribly wrong in there on the board. I'm going to guess you have Randy up on the Comrex line instead of the tie line. Huh?
Good afternoon.
Yep. Hello, is this working?
Hello.
Is everything the way it should be?
Hello.
Can
Hello?
anyone hear me talking?
I can hear you, Jeffco.
Why do we do that? Why do we think tapping in the mic helps?
Right here.
Eric, I think we're knocking stuff off of people's dashes when we do that. Like,
Could be. Yeah.
Oh, damn it. There it goes. So everything all right in there? What's going on? Why does it sound weird? What'd you do? What'd you break?
I didn't do anything.
I feel like you broke something.
I did all of the stuff I normally do. I mean, I don't know. We were ready here for the start of the show. You said something was wrong, but I don't hear anything wrong. So I don't know exactly what to
there can't be anything wrong because it's time for the Daily Blender.
I mean, by nature.
Welcome to the show, Keon.
Welcome, Randy. While we're
Yeah. Everything was fine before, but now everything's
Hmm.
very strange in here.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hmm.
Thunder Snow. Is this thing on? Hello? Bob Shrisky says, hey, good afternoon there, fellas. Mrs. Shrisky and Bob Jr. or the other Bob Jr. there are unable to listen to your fine program this afternoon. So I'd like to
Sorry.
share a quick antidote and get your advice is when you could please fit that on the show there.
All right.
All right, man. Do whatever you got to do. Mr. Wilbur says, that's a bunch of crap. I pay a lot of money for access to the show, so I expect a flawless beginning. So let's start the show over and just do this damn thing right.
Hmm.
We're not stuck. No, we're not doing that. No.
No, we're not doing that.
Well, first off, not at the request of a Arizona fan. That ain't never going to happen.
Yeah.
Why would we do that?
I understand. Yeah. All right.
Is everything okay in there now?
yeah, I don't know what was not okay to begin with. I haven't changed anything.
But you could hear it didn't sound right, right?
No.
Randy, could you tell it didn't sound right?
No.
So it's just all in my head?
Or in your headphones.
I don't know what you're hearing that makes it sound wrong, but you're in my headphones. Keon's in my
You know what
headphones.
this is?
I'm
It's
in my
the
headphones.
sounds of retirement. I'm so close. I am so close just walking out the door and never, ever coming back. Hey, but guess what? We have GCU ASU tickets to give away. How about that?
How about that?
This is probably the biggest game of the season for Grand Canyon University, and it's a game for ASU. A game that will either embarrass them or at least stop all the conversation. It's not like a definitive game for them. It's just, well, it is, I guess. If you get beat by GCU, ASU, you've got a lot of things to explain.
Well,
If GCU loses, they're like, oh, it was a good try.
hey,
All right, good game.
I mean, let's look at this from a logical standpoint. ASU has already lost a game, scoring only 19 points.
Can't get worse, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I
mean,
assure you it can.
If they score 19 points in this game, that is
Yeah. Now,
definitely-
if they go out and score like 19 points against the GCU, then we've got issues.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, whatever the case, it's still going to be exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it happens on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. at the Desert Financial Arena.
That's tomorrow night.
And these are pretty damn good seats, by the way. I'm looking at where they are right there.
Yeah.
So be listening for your chance to win a little bit later on. We'll break down a little bit of what we think the game is going to be about. Kane Kenton says, Jeffrey, everything sounds normal on this end. Go Devils. Justin Tep says, hello. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Tapping the mic is like blowing into the Nintendo cartridge. Of course it works. It's science. That's right.
That's true.
Every time. Yep, every time. Thunder Snow says maybe Keon's been drinking.
I mean, not at work.
Yeah, but just before work is just as bad as at work.
Nope. I never day drinking for me.
Yeah, I just don't want to have put a blood alcohol breather thing in there to operate the equipment. Like they're going to do cars. They might do that with the studio. Randy and I will never be on the air again.
Well, we'll never be on the air and we'll never be able to drive.
It's going to be a problem for a lot of people. So here's what I thought we would do today on the show. Wednesdays are always this sort of weird island day during the football season. You know what I mean?
Did you say weird island day?
Yeah, it's like a weird island in itself. Because here, let me break down the week for you.
All right.
On Monday, we have all the Sunday games to talk about. And
Yeah.
then we're also getting ready for Monday Night Football. And we're very excited. Tuesday, we have the Monday Night Football game to talk about. And we talk about all the awards and standings and stuff and all the other things that happened over the weekend and the entire week of whatever in the NFL.
Okay.
Thursday, we do our picks. We have fantasy football advice. Friday, getting ready for a big weekend, previewing everything, talking to Josh Applebaum about gambling.
Yeah.
Wednesday just sits out there by itself. There's no game last night. You know what I mean? There's
would
nothing
we
happening until tomorrow night. So it's kind of early to talk about what's going to happen on Thursday night. So we're just sort of out here sort of floating. You know what I'm saying?
So would we call Wednesday a pina colada day?
Why would you do that? I thought we were done with it.
I mean, clearly we're not. I mean, it's an island day, and if we're going to be island day, I can't think of a better drink, than a pina colada.
It's
it
I mean,
wasn't.
it's Island Day.
It's a weird island thing, though.
That stopped
Oh,
working when
well,
people stopped dancing to it. So
All
it's not helping anymore.
right.
Well, here's what I thought. My watch is coming apart, by the way. The show's coming apart.
No.
The watch is coming apart on my wrist. The whole thing started popping apart.
Oh, boy.
Everything is just coming apart today.
Well, now I know what to get you for Christmas.
Maybe we should just push the button for the Visa network and just we'll
Just take a Wednesday off.
just do something else.
Daily Blender takes Wednesday off.
I'm pretty sure Radio Ron's in a plane. He'll never know the difference. Yeah, that's weird. It's like now I have to work. Now I'm getting fat wrists. It was bad enough on Thanksgiving. I put on the leather jacket after to go home, and it's like, oh God, I can't zip this up.
Mm.
Can't zip this up. And now my watch is like, I'm just getting fatter and fatter, man.
I don't think that's the case at all.
So
No.
here's what I want to talk about. We are going to talk about NFL quarterbacks and the injury report and a whole lot of stuff. We got a lot of NFL. So I thought, well, we should probably start the show with not NFL. There's a bunch of not NFL stuff that we can talk about.
All right. What do you have planned?
First, I'm going to ask you guys, do you have any not NFL stuff to talk about?
Not NFL.
Baseball's on strike.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like the weather. It's the same thing every day till it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I could do a weather report if you'd like.
Maybe a little bit later on. Let's not blow our. Okay,
right.
that's a bad term. Let's not. Yeah.
I got worried there for a half second at the direction of that sentence.
So, all right, if you guys got nothing, I got stuff. All right. For one thing, I guess we are going to have a diplomatic boycott of the Olympics in China.
Okay.
And I don't understand what the point is because,
the point is that tennis star, the Chinese tennis star, has disappeared,
Sure.
and after she made claims of a high, a higher up official in the organization, the communist organization in China,
right,
had sexual relations with her, unwanted sexual relations with her, and so they're now worried for her welfare and her safety.
Okay, but a diplomatic boycott.
Yeah, that
how
just
does
means
that hurt
basically
the Chinese?
Well, we're not going to show up and we're not going to play.
Well, that's not what that means. What that means is the athletes are still going to show up and play.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing changes except for, we're just not your friends anymore.
Some very
that's
important people
Nothing
in suits
matters.
are not going, and that's the only thing
How
that
does,
changes.
how does
does
that
that-
help?
How
I
does
don't
that,
see how.
It's not an actual boycott. If you want to boycott, do it. You want to have the Stones to say, and
Yeah.
this should have had the Stones to say this a whole lot of years ago when it comes to, how horrible China has been, as far as human rights violations are concerned. Well, then I'd have respect for that. But just by saying, with a diplomatic boycott. Oh, so the athletes aren't coming? No, they're still coming, but we're not happy. It's like, what? There was nothing. How does that help? It doesn't matter. They're laughing at us. They're laughing at this country when we do a diplomatic boycott.
As anyone would, because all you're saying is, oh no, the people in suits, you're just not going to send them. The humanity.
Remember when the Russians boycotted? We're like, promise? Right. We didn't care. We didn't care if the athletes showed up or not. We just even more don't care if the politicians or the administrators don't show up, or if there's just a different it'll be the same flag. I don't know how they're going to state it on the screen. It's a dumb thing. No, there's no show of strength from a diplomatic boycott.
It sounds very ridiculous to me.
Silliness.
If I'm the United States Olympic Committee, I'm not even going to China. The hell with them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and here's the thing. Everybody's like, well, come on now. There's been people training for 4 years to go
Blah,
do
blah,
this
blah.
thing.
Blah,
And we got
blah,
to think
blah.
about the athletes.
Blah, blah, blah,
so
blah, blah, blah,
we're
blah.
going to think more about the athletes than we are about all the human right violations and deaths and starvations and persecutions and everything else.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not impressed. Not impressed. You're better just not doing anything than doing a diplomatic boycott. It's just a completely pointless effort, if you ask me. All right. So the next thing, you guys know I hate the Yankees, right?
Yes.
You may have mentioned
very
it
much.
a couple
I hate
times.
the Yankees. Holy
yeah.
God, I hate the Yankees.
Well, they're on strike right now.
The only thing I hate worse than a diplomatic boycott is the Yankees.
Okay.
And Clint Frazier, no longer a Yankee. And he actually tweeted out how happy he was. He's like, hey, these new Cubs uniforms are awesome. Can't wait to join the Cubs. One of the biggest reasons I chose to come here was the fan base and how electric you guys can be with your players. I'll be just as electric for you guys too. Here's a leaving my razor at home. So, he doesn't have to shave anymore.
He doesn't want to shave his face. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody tweeted out, I am so glad this dude isn't a Yankee anymore. And Clint Frazier just tweeted on him, I know, so am I.
Beautiful.
I like Clint Frazier now.
I don't know if Clint Frazier knows this, but baseball's on strike right now.
He's assuming at some point they won't be. Like we all are assuming at some point they won't be.
And
I
you're a
don't
baseball player.
foresee this ending anytime soon.
And no, I don't think anybody does, but I do think you're a baseball player. You do have to sort of plan your life to a degree of, okay, well, this is what's going to be happening whenever I do get back, because that's what your life's centered around.
So
whenever I do in 2027 after the strike is over.
We've never lost more than a season. We've never lost more than a couple hundred days in any one of these skirmishes. So what makes you think it's going to be worse than that this time?
Well, the players don't want to give an inch and the owners don't want to give an inch. So
they didn't last time either.
This is a stalemate. As far as I'm concerned, nobody wants to give an inch here. Nobody wants baseball to return.
At some point, they will.
Players are like, okay, go ahead, lock us out. See if we care. We don't care.
Yeah, this will not go on as long as you think. It may not be quick, but it's not going to be any longer than any of the ones they've ever had before, because there's sort of a flow to these sorts of lockouts. Historically, Aaron's like, fine, I'm not going to do it. You're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then time goes by, and certain people start realizing how little money is being made and how careers are just sort of fading away. And they start to realize that. And then suddenly people are like, you know what? Let's have a conversation. And if it takes a couple hundred days, it takes a couple hundred days, but it's not going to be longer than that.
No one is making money right now. Not the owners and not the players.
You are wrong.
Nobody is making money right now.
The owners are making money off of franchise, good sales, the jerseys, the hats, the aprons, the everything with a logo on it. They are making money on it. So is Major League Baseball. Players are making money off of their likenesses if they have commercials and stuff that are happening out there. So people are still making money. And yeah, again, the little guy is getting screwed. Who's going to get screwed on this deal if we don't start up a season? It's going to be the vendors. It's going to be the beer guys. It's going to be the parking lot attendants. It's going to be all the little guys at the stadiums, just like with COVID. It's going to be the younger, less paid players. There's a whole list of people at the bottom who get screwed, while the millionaires are like, and that's the way this is going to go. And it's a shame, but it won't be more than a couple hundred days. It just historically, it can't be any longer than anything that's happened before. If you follow that sort of trail of how things work in a lockout, it will be devastating to the sport.
So if it's a couple hundred days and they just they locked the doors last week, okay? So let's just say December 1st. Let's just go ahead and say December 1st, okay? They locked the doors. A couple hundred days from December 1st, where does that put us?
We're not good at math. He's typing.
I'm going to make the computer do it for me.
Yeah. You want days or months?
How many days, how many months, where would that put us if they came to an agreement after 200 days?
That would put us on June 19th, 2023.
Yeah. And you have a lost season, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
would not be a legitimate season, would it?
I don't think you'd have any kind of a season.
Exactly. So you have a lost season, like I said.
Yeah. Your point. It's not going to go longer than this. It's not good. I didn't say it was going to be okay.
Hope it does. I hope you are right. I always want to trust you, Jeffco, because you seem to have some sort of insight here on some of these things. But I, as a lifetime baseball fan, I have to tell you, this is an ugly situation. Ugly. I tell you,
absolutely ugly.
And I don't recall anybody showing any sort of promise that this. And when it's going to really start to ramp up And they're going to go through spring training. Oh, we're going to lose all the spring training games. Now, all those communities in Florida and Arizona are going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars that they would normally get each spring training. And then the opening day is going to come and go. And then they're going to start looking at the All-Star break. Oh, my gosh. We're not playing any baseball in the All-Star break. That's when they're going to start yapping. They're going to start yapping their gums, because what happens after the All-Star break, you got the run to the playoffs. Now you've got the owners by the short and curlies, because now they're not going to get any of that playoff money. And that's when the players start to have some leverage.
You know what? You can look at the history of hockey, football, baseball, basketball, and look at the lockouts and the work stoppages there, and there is a basic flow. And here's where I'm trying to give you a little optimism. Every time at the beginning, oh, they're nowhere near each other. This is going to go on forever and ever and ever. There's no compromise. There's nothing, and people would feel the same way then. So I'm saying, hey, they might get this resolved in a couple of months. You don't know. You don't know. But historically, it's never gone more than a couple hundred days.
I will say to Randy's point, though, the Baseball Players Union is the strongest union of all of the players' unions across the major sports leagues that we have. So if any league could make this drag out longer than it should, it's definitely the MLBPA. They're capable of doing it in a way that no other athlete can.
Let me revise that. How about instead of a couple hundred days, you'll only lose one season.
And
it will damage baseball.
Yeah.
I got news for you.
But you'll only lose one.
You are 100% correct, Jeffco. I know we're up against a break. I'm just going to say this. The fans will remember this. They will remember this. That's all I'm going to say.
No longer being fans.
I hope not. I hope they don't spend a damn dime going out to the ballpark for any more baseball. I hope these guys learn a hard lesson, and I hope this really topples Major League Baseball. I hope it really puts the hurt on people.
I don't know exactly when they're going to feel the hurt, but they are going to feel it. As I remember going to watch baseball games with my dad when I was a kid, and there's a window where you can fall in love with that sport. Not just baseball, any sport, but specifically baseball, because they might miss a season, and you might miss that window for a good chunk of kids. And then guess what you end up having?
And a bunch of cranky parents too.
Yeah. And you have less fans in the future because that window that you could have where someone's going to a game and they understand what this sport is all about, it's not there.
Well, and Wing Guru says Major League Baseball players are not on strike, Randy. They're locked out because of the expiration of the collective bargaining agreement. What's going to happen is they're going to re-extend the current one for 1 year, and then no games will be lost.
We'll see.
Kick the can down the road, because that's happened before too.
Yeah,
we will see.
Both sides might agree to that if the conversations can continue, but we shall see. We shall see. All right, got to take a break. We come back. Other non-NFL sports we got to talk about, and then we're going to talk a schload of NFL sports stuff. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
Continuing to get set for the Monday night showdown between the Arizona Cardinals and Los Angeles Rams. A huge game. Cardinals 10-2, Rams are 8-4. They have underachieved. This could even be a preview of the NFC Championship. Arizona is sitting as a 2.5-point favorite, over under at 51.5. These two teams did play earlier in the season in Los Angeles, a game the Cardinals won 37-20. The NFL week is going to begin on Thursday night as Minnesota is a 3-point favorite against the Steelers. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Contractors need bonds, and the professionals at Constructors Bonding have been Arizona's leading surety management team for 40 years. We don't just deliver bonds, we make your bonding better. As the #1 producer with 14 markets, Constructors Bonding has the relationships and expertise to get you better capacity, better rates, and better terms. For better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929. Or visit cbialliance.com.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Providing you with the latest sports news, commentary, and analysis.
There's something about Chris Paul, man. The guy continues to amaze.
Chris Paul's been Chris Paul his entire career.
Chris Paul, though, has never been the runner-up. It's just a pleasure to watch them play basketball on a nightly basis. Hey, their eye of the tiger, their hunger, they still want to eat, and it's fun to watch.
Jacobs and Helly on Arizona's new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Today's Blender here on 680 The Fanatic. So all your high school state championship games are happening this weekend, and we got the big ones. That's right. We have the 4A championship. It's Casa Grande versus Poston Butte, 4 p.m. on Friday. And because of that, Daily Blender will be on from 2 to 4. Couldn't slip it past Radio Ron. He caught us. And so now we still have to do those 2 hours. Then the 5A championship is Sal Point Catholic versus Horizon at 7 p.m. On Saturday at noon, it's the 6A championship, the Big Kahuna, Chaparral versus Highland. And then Saturday at 5 p.m. on Money Radio, you got the Open Division Championship, Saguaro versus Chandler. So AIA's got all your high school action right here on 1580 The Fanatic. And then when football's over, we're going to have a bunch of basketball games too. So that's cool. 888-368-1580. Before we get into the non-NFL sports that we have here to talk about, let's catch up on the text line. And Bob Swirsky needs some advice from us, I guess. He says, yeah, Mrs. Swirsky's in charge of stuffing the Christmas stockings year in and year out. It's her thing. And so today I was visited by my local authorized tool representative, and he comped me 2 nudie calendars for the upcoming year. So when Mrs. Swirsky goes to bed, the calendars will be deposited by yours truly into the socks, okay? Christmas morning. And then when it happens, oh, just what kind of smut are you distributing to our young men, Mrs. Swirsky? And I think it'll be hilarious. Do you have any advice for what other valuables you think would be good for a 20 and a 21-year-old male? Oh, thank God. I thought he was talking like 7 or 8-year-old kids. I feel it would be unfair to only give one of them a airplane bottle of Bushmills, and I'm afraid a beef sandwich would drip gravy down into the fireplace there.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
at 21 and what? How old?
20 and 21. So only one of them can have the alcohol. And
yeah,
I guess, that beef sandwich for the other one would kind of make a mess.
Well, if you wrap the beef sandwich in like tin foil.
Oh, yeah. Or
it probably won't leak then.
Put it in a Ziploc, like one of those big storage freezer bags.
Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, I'd love a sandwich like that for Christmas. I mean, I don't know how you can go wrong with that.
Right.
Boy, I don't know. I mean, I'm having a hard time figuring out Christmas gifts for my own kids. For the 21-year-old, I think you're fine. The younger guy, I don't know. You should do. You want to be funny? Give him a bottle of O'Doul's in there. A non-alcoholic beer. Just remind him how much his life sucks until he's 21. That's what I'd do. All right. Scratch Me Because says, what is the high school open division? Well, it's a division that is open. 888-368-15. Okay, here's what it is. There's all the A's, right? You have the 4A, 5A, 6A, AA, AAA, and those A's, are divisions. Now, all the other schools across the state that don't have the population to be considered a certain A, or schools that are like, I don't want to be a part of that division. We're just going to be open division. So anybody and everybody competes, I think, for the open division, if I'm not mistaken. I could have that 100% wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. 1994, says King of Kittens. 1994 baseball lost the entire postseason, including the World Series, a year that the Cleveland Indians should have and would have won the championship. 1994.
Guess we'll never know now.
No, you will never know. Mr. Pringle says, hey, Bob Swirsky, cash. That's the perfect gift for young men. Cash.
Cash.
Oh, or gift card, I think.
You get gift card works too.
Yeah. Well, you can't use that at the strip club, but yeah. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Wednesday. Wow, I just turned the show on and it's super depressing. Talking about Major League Baseball lockout, losing a season, fans not going to the ballpark makes me sad. I hope that doesn't happen as a big baseball fan. If the owners allow that to happen, they're going to lose a lot of fans and cause irreparable harm.
And they don't care.
No. Nope. There's so much money coming in, they don't care. Wing Guru says, but Randy, you're right about one thing. If there is any kind of work stoppage, the fans are not going to forget this, and it will be very tough to get them back.
Yep. Well, let's remember what brought them back the last time. They attendance was down all across baseball until Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire had that home run, battle that was going on that one summer. A lot of people will say that saved baseball. I mean, I don't know if it did or not, but I can tell you this. Population was down. Fans were down. They were done and disgusted, quite frankly, with all the bickering and fighting between the baseball owners and players.
Fair enough. Mars Bars 805 says, happy West Coast Wednesday, guys. And 100 days from yesterday, it was St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, he says, I asked Siri that. So 805, please, for Mars Bars 805.
All right.
Mr. Wilbur says, okay, can we talk about maybe real adult toys or something? I like that subject better than work stoppages in baseball. No, we're not talking about that, Mr. Wilbur. Senior Wake and Bake says, sup, fellas? Hey, Keon, got a pretty good name for your football team. The Washington Rumpelstiltskins. It'll save money, and it's still an old nickname.
There you go.
I mean,
no,
it just depresses me. Just everything about this entire situation.
Rumpelstiltskins.
Now we go from work stoppages in the Major League Baseball to naming his horrible football team. It's just this is not the show's not starting off very well, is it?
This team's not that horrible, by the way.
So it's a 500 football team.
Yeah, it's 500.
I mean,
just so you know,
historically and generally,
culturally. Well, historically, come on. I mean, there's 20 years of misery, but there's more years outside of that where the team was actually good. If you can believe
you've just described a lot of married men. Tiger Paws says, thank you, Randy, for being PC correct. When were you PC correct?
When the hell did that happen?
I don't know what she's talking about. Bob Swirsky, there you go. Schmitty says, hey, how about this? Just talk about the fact that the AFC West has 3 of the top 5 passers in the NFL. Well, no, we're not talking NFL yet, Schmitty. We're talking non-NFL stuff first.
Yeah.
Thunder Snow says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Let's start out Whiskey Wednesday with a little Popper 12, please. There you go. Please and thank you. Nicely done. I got something for Fed Fan here, and I don't know what the big deal is, but I guess Serena Williams says she's not playing in the Australian Open, and Djokovic, I guess, will be. I don't know. I don't know why she's not playing, but I thought Fed Fan would like to hear me talk about tennis for 2 seconds. I think she's nursing an injury, or somebody keeps screwing with their TV, and it's like suddenly she's in the Matrix and she's not in the Matrix, and I think that's exhausting. I think that must be what it is.
Yeah, but there's also an injury too.
Oh yeah, what was wrong with her? What she got hurt?
Hamstring. There's a right hamstring that she's dealing with at the moment. So that's where we are.
All right,
that's a biggie when it comes to tennis. The hamstring.
You saying she's got big hamstrings?
No, I said that's a biggie.
No, Fed Fan wouldn't like that if you're mentioning the size of her hamstrings.
No, I wasn't talking about the size.
If we're honest, her hamstrings are huge.
Well, that's a big injury.
Powerful.
I mean,
legs. Her legs are just like
does have powerful
crazy.
legs. Yeah.
All right, how about this? After we hear Tiger Woods say he probably will never play competitively again, and then somebody took a video of him out there swinging a golf club on a driving range going, how are you not playing golf again? Your swing is, everything is perfect. What is wrong? And now Tiger Woods is saying he's going to play in the PNC Championship golf tournament next week with his son, Charlie. So,
well, that's a father-son thing. That's not this. It's not like the Masters or the Phoenix Open, anything like that. But it is something that he likes to go out and do. And his son Charlie joins him out there. And from what I understand, they tore it up last year. So
he was really good, both of them.
Well, at this time around, he's just probably going to be feeling it out. No pressure, and just getting out there and seeing how it feels. You guys know he's played golf. Tiger, out of our view, has played 18 rounds of golf here and there, and he's just trying to figure out where things are and where they might be again. This is not a guy who's going to give up anytime soon.
Well, the Hero World Challenge, which he's the host of that tournament in the Bahamas this past weekend, that's where that video came from. He was on the back of the course there, hitting some clubs kind of out of the public view. Somebody took a video of it. He was saying, yeah, I mean, I've been hitting the ball for a long time. The problem is I can hit the ball with my driver, and one of these pros can go about twice as far as to what I can hit it. So he's not up to. He says there's playing golf, like knock around golf, friendly golf, and then there's playing tour golf. He is not anywhere near ready to play tour golf.
And in a lot of these major championships in golf, you don't get to ride around in the golf cart. So how is his leg recovered from that? In addition to how that's going to impact his swing, all of that stuff is left to be seen.
I just had a vision of him on that little scooter cart, like the kid who scooter carted into the fight. Fed Fan says there's a huge difference between thunder thighs and huge hamstrings. Oh, yeah, I know that. But can I tell you why I would never say that Serena Williams has thunder thighs? I'm more afraid of Serena Williams than I am Fed Fan. That's why. Megatron says, yeah, he also got a cart exemption. He's not ready to walk all those holes.
No.
King of Kittens says those who do not qualify for the open division are eligible for the postseason tournament in the division in which they reside. It's an 8-team Arizona high school football postseason tournament consisting of the top ranked teams from 6A, 5A, 4A, smaller schools, all those that don't qualify. Now I'm more confused, to be honest. Does anybody get this?
Well, it's like, Hamilton can play Chandler. I think they're in two different divisions, for example.
Yeah.
So in the open division, Hamilton can play Chandler for the right to move on in the playoffs.
As long as everybody's happy. I don't need to understand it. Scratch Me Because says, I own 2 townhouses within walking distance of where the Cubs play spring training that I Airbnb. What the hell, Manfred? It costs me money.
Yep.
WTF, Manfred? Yeah, a lot of people are going to feel that squeeze come spring training time on both ends of the valley. Kyle G says, is that Michigan running back going into the draft? Haskins, I think. He could go number 1 to Detroit, and he'd fit in pretty well with Swift.
Boy,
he would be. It would be a thunder and lightning dynamic that would be fun to watch.
Yeah.
He hasn't said whether or not he will be entering the draft yet. He'll probably wait until after bowl season. Some guys like to get it out of the way and say, hey, I'm not going to do the bowl games. I'm just going to go straight to the NFL. Some guys like to participate in all of that. And because his team is competing for a championship, I imagine he's not going to say until after Michigan is done playing their bowl games.
Prison Wallet says baseball is not what it used to be. Maybe it's time to just let it go. Well, that's going to be the opinion of a lot of people if this keeps going forward.
Yep.
Justice Tip says, one of the greatest gifts I ever gave my slightly younger brother was a Playboy magazine. The quiet in the room was deafening. He opened it and noticed that I had clipped out all the nude pictures.
Oh.
So he's like, oh, I got a Playboy. Oh, damn it.
Oh, boy.
Or just you take some whiteout. You take some whiteout and you just
the cruelty.
Put bikinis on all of the girls.
Oh, boy.
Mr. Pringle says, quick question. If Biden and Rob Manfred switch jobs, which organization would improve? Has there? Yeah. Neither.
I don't know if there's anybody I dislike as much as Rob Manfred. So I just naturally assume if you swap Rob Manfred with anyone, Major League Baseball would improve.
So there'd be some very frantic Secretary of State interventions and probably some alcohol interventions too. If Manfred were the president of the United States, we'd have you run around behind him saying he was drinking. Please don't launch anything at us. He was just drinking. And if Biden goes over to Major League Baseball, well, nothing will get done. Nothing will get done. It's just a lot of naps.
It's a lot of naps, which I assume that means that Joe won't actively screw up baseball. So there's a pro and con there. Like nothing will get done, but also
here's what it is.
Nothing will be made worse.
No, it'll be a diplomatic lockout, not really a lockout. Just we're not happy with you, so
we're not going to send the assistant general managers.
Yeah.
Fed fan says Serena is ranked 46 right now. She would have to play a top 5 player. She probably gets smoked because the ladies are not intimidated by her anymore. Is this the end for Serena Williams? I mean, she's had a career that you're not likely to see again anytime soon. So it's not like a dig or I'm not bagging on her, but if it's time to be done, isn't it time to be done, Fed fan?
Yeah, I mean, she's young. She's older now. The younger girls are in better shape. Serena's got a lot of off court, interests that she's taking care of. She's married. She's got a young daughter. I don't blame her one bit. Maybe it is time for her to hang it up.
Possibly. I mean, she's 40, which is old in tennis years. I mean, quite frankly, past it in tennis years. She's an iron woman of tennis. Just the ability to keep on playing at that level and be competitive for championships. But at some point, I mean, we've seen it happen with everybody. People come into the league and they're not afraid of LeBron or they're not afraid of Michael Jordan because he grew up watching him and he's getting a little bit older and losing a step. And I think that's kind of what's happening with Serena. Like a lot of young tennis players grew up watching her. And she's not as dominant as she was, and they're just not afraid.
Yeah. Fed fan text in. I personally think that, yes, she is done. 888-368-1580. And Kyle G says, hey, Jeffrey, that draft text you just read, I sent that Monday. Just a heads up in case some people's texts are getting lost in the system. Well, that's weird because it showed up as 4:33 p.m. Oh, it's not even. Well, yeah, you're right. How did that show up as a new text? There has been some funkiness with the text thing. And, because the company we use for to have the text up on a computer like this, well, they're going out of business. Somebody bought them and said, we're not doing that anymore. So we got to find a new system for that. So this may be little symptoms of the old company not caring anymore. So maybe we should make the switch sooner than later. Thanks for the heads up on that, Kyle G. All right, listen, we have to take a break. When we come back, we have some other not NFL sports to talk about. Before we get to a schload of NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Now, we've seen interest rates go as low as we've seen them in years recently. We've also seen them bouncing around. A lot of uncertainty of what is going on in the loan game as far as mortgages are concerned. That's why I lean on my friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. They have been in business for 20 plus years here in the Valley. They only lend in Arizona. They are trusted. They'll get you that reliable quote. And if you're thinking about refinancing, whether it's to just lower your rate, maybe lower the terms of your rate, maybe down to 15 or 20 years, or if you're like, hey, we got a lot of debt on the side, we got some problems going on, we want to consolidate debt, or I've always wanted a pool. Now's the time to do it. Take some of that equity out, refinance, and get things done around your house that you want. But you got to use the best in the business. That's the Lund Mortgage Team. 623-875-9940. 623-875-9940. Or check them out online, lundmortgage.com.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join. I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture. It helped me get my job, helped me pay for my house.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard. Aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
You feel that? It's finally happening. It's starting to get cooler. Is it time to start wearing sweaters? No. It's time to call Harmon Solar. See, if you install solar now, you get to enjoy huge savings next summer, up to 85% off your monthly bill. That means with zero down and no payments for 12 months, you can put that AC at whatever temperature you like year-round. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time by visiting nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard. Aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
To celebrate State Farm's surprisingly great rates, we gave this song surprisingly great lyrics.
Here we go. It's so cheap. Yeah, I got a great rate on the down low. Cause Jake isn't your average Joe. Hard to believe. Yeah, nobody does it like State Farm do. Never knew the rates were this low. Oh, they ain't that steep.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
AZ Preps 365 is your headquarters for all things high school sports in Arizona. Brett Quintine, James Mello, and Jose Garcia keep you up to speed with all the action, highlights, interviews, and insider information for the prep sports scene. You need to tune in to AZ Preps 365 every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Live and local.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And yes, we've got the call for you. Michael Potter on the old 1580 The Fanatic. GCU is at ASU tomorrow night, 7:15 p.m. I got some tickets for you right here. If you want to go to the game, that's right. We transfer them directly to you via email. You don't have to come and pick them up at the radio station. I got a pair. I only have a pair. So if you want to go to that game, be ready and be listening for your cue to call in and win. We are going to break down that game a little bit. It's funny how bad ASU is playing, but yet they're giving the edge to ASU on this one. I'm going to find out why when we talk about this a little bit later on. Right now, I want to move on to another not NFL thing. CJ McCollum, a Trailblazers guy, he's been diagnosed with a collapsed lung, and he's going to be out indefinitely, they say. So what the hell happened that he had a collapsed lung? How does that happen? They said it happened in the fourth quarter of a game on December 4th. Did anybody see the play? Did he just go up for a dunk and then fall straight down? Or did somebody hit him with an elbow and break his ribs? Because generally when you have a collapsed lung from an impact, what happens is air will leak around the outside of your lung somehow, and then that will collapse your lung and keep you from being able to breathe. There's a technical term for it, which I can't remember off the top of my head, but how in the hell did he have an impact that hard? Of course, I'm not watching Trailblazer basketball, and I only had a few moments during the break to try to find out which play was this. When did this happen? And they were playing Boston Celtics when it happened, I guess. It sounds horrible, but indefinitely. I mean, that's pretty serious to get. They call it pneumothorax in the collapsed lung, and I guess it's a big deal. So has anybody seen this or knows what's going on? I'd be kind of curious to see, because I know how Andrew Luck's kidney got lacerated by a really horrific impact. You get sacked like that so many times, and in football you can understand how lacerated kidneys and things like that can happen, and broken ribs and whatnot. But basketball, I really need somebody to tell me how in the hell that happened to CJ McCollum there. So, and they don't have Lillard now. So the Trailblazers are a mess in the front office. They're a mess on the court now. This is just not going their way.
It's not their year. I mean, and the team is built around what Lillard and McCollum do.
Right.
ultimately. So if you don't have either of those guys, that team is screwed. I actually did not see the play myself that he was injured on, because they originally reported it as a rib contusion. They didn't know that anything had happened to his lungs until they did the CT scan, and then the bad news came back that it's collapsed. So I don't think that even they know exactly which play it happened on.
What if he were to hold his nose and just go like that? Would it?
No.
You're gonna have to actually stick a needle in there.
I blame a sniper with a crossbow. Yeah,
I think Danes probably would have seen that, Randy.
Somebody. Well, no. I mean, you're not going to see a sniper, especially with a crossbow.
Well, you're talking about a ninja sniper.
But
ninja sniper with a crossbow took out CJ McCollum.
No, because the problem is I do not believe I've ever seen ninjas in movies using crossbows. But they use those throwing stars.
Well, they used the throwing stars, but in this case, they needed some sort of a crossbow.
The issue with the crossbow is that wouldn't there be like the whatever it is that you shoot from the crossbow sticking out of CJ McCollum?
Right.
No,
see it.
No, it passes right through you. If you're a ninja, they're super sharp.
Well, they'd see a hole, and there would be blood,
and hence collapsed lung.
But there was no blood. He took some sort of an impact. There was no blood
because it was so sharp. It was surgical steel. There was absolutely no blood.
All right, we're going to put that on the list as possibilities, Randy.
All right.
Probable.
I think that's probably going to come out. You guys are going to, once again, I called the Lions last week. This could be within the realm of possibility.
Okay. Kyle G says with McCollum out, it makes more sense for Portland to try to get Ben Simmons. Lillard wants him, and now they could really use him.
Well, but are you going to trade a guy who's injured for Simmons?
Have you heard what they do in that front office? Hell yeah, they will.
I mean, in Philly, because Philly clearly wants you to give the planet Earth for Ben Simmons. They're not going to give Ben Simmons away for nothing, and I don't know if an injured CJ McCollum gets it done.
Maybe it was somebody in the Philadelphia front office who's a ninja with a crossbow trying to enact this trade and move it along.
The conspiracy is just getting deeper.
You see what
now.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, anything is possible at this point. This is the NBA, by the way. Let's not kid ourselves. There's all sorts of mystical things that go on.
He thinks they fixed the draft.
Oh yeah, see, they fixed the damn draft. They fixed it so that Phoenix couldn't win the finals this year, and several years ago, and several years before that. Oh yeah. Do I need to say the name Tim Donaghy? Do I need to say that?
It gets said more often on this show than I wish it would be. I mean, I'd like to put that behind us at some point.
I'm just saying. It is within the realm of understanding.
Justify everything with Tim Donaghy.
Yeah, sure I can.
Especially ninja snipers. I feel like that
ninja snipers are a thing, Keon.
I understand that, but we're outside of the realm of Tim Donaghy.
I think he's behind it in some manner.
King Kitten says crossbow arrows are called bolts, Randy. Bolts.
See? That's what it was. Yeah. I couldn't remember what the word was.
See, now we're bringing up the correct terminology. Guys think there's no ninja sharpshooters. I say there are.
How about this? Because I've never seen a ninja using a crossbow. But how about if one of their throwing stars had little crossbows on them that activated and then shot an even smaller little thingy right in there?
Come on, man. Don't listen.
I'm trying to help you.
I can go on Touch of Modern right now and get one of those miniature crossbows right now. You get a ninja, you get him in the right position during a play. Nobody hears anything. Thing goes right through his lung. Whammo.
That's ridiculous.
And suddenly, Ben Simmons becomes a Portland Trail Blazer.
Can you send me a link for that, by the way?
Sure.
I would love to see a link for that, by the way.
Absolutely.
I love Touch of Modern. And there's another one. There's another like a manly version of that. That's where I saw the flamethrower on a drone.
Yeah, they've got one on them.
Oh, God.
Touch of Modern. Yeah.
They use it to take out a hornet's nest, but we all know what we'd really use it for.
Well, yeah.
Fish Tank says, Randy, were you watching X-Files again?
No, I was watching the NBA, which could
the truth
be.
is out there.
I mean, if you lay one over the other, X-Files, NBA. I mean, whammo! Yeah, come on.
But okay, so is Adam Silver an alien or is he a cigarette smoking man?
He's an alien.
That's
come on, look at him.
A lot to think about there.
Look at him.
I've always said he just looks like a turtle who's lost his shell, but
no.
He could be what they call a gray.
He
You know?
is what he is.
Big
what
eyes,
we call
little bald head.
Yeah, we call him in the UFO world otherworldly.
I give that more plausibility.
See,
than crossbow wielding ninjas.
Trying to tell you guys because I love you guys. I don't want you to get mixed up with the NBA. Hashtag X-Files. Hashtag the truth is out there.
Justin Tip says part of the reason that Phoenix saw a rise in youth hockey in the mid 90s was baseball quitting in 1994.
Yep.
My youngest son and 3 other kids in our neighborhood signed up for hockey. They played hockey for years, never missed baseball, and they're all still hockey fans.
Mhm.
Now they'll all have kids who will be introduced to hockey, not baseball.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, multiply that and see what you get. Senior Wake and Bake says, quick question. If you're babysitting baby Hitler and you see him about to poke a fork in an electric outlet, do you intervene or let history change?
No, you don't intervene.
Well, am I babysitting Hitler in the past or the future? Because if it's the past, you take care of baby Hitler, and you be a better. No, you take better care of baby Hitler, and maybe buy a couple of his paintings, and then that's it. He doesn't.
And he would be happy.
Right? He doesn't try to take over the world. You don't just kill baby Hitler.
So you're saying
you try to just change baby Hitler.
That's interesting. That's
I mean, I hear what
angle.
you're saying. I just don't know if the past can be changed that easy.
All right, well
the
then,
past can be changed.
The timelines are not in stone, Keon. You know that. And I think that the minute baby Hitler starts to raise his voice, well, then you just take him to the bath and say, hey, it's time for a bath. Then you hold his head underwater. That's it. But the other thing is, if he sticks the fork in that thing, you might set the house on fire. And that's not fair to anybody.
That is true. I mean, look what happened to the bunker in Berlin.
Right. Yeah. So that was him.
That was not actually a bomb. That was him sticking a fork.
Right. They thought it was suicide, but he just couldn't resist himself.
See, we've got this figured out.
We're on the right side of history. I don't know about you, Keelan. King Kitten says, okay, the open division is 18. I think I already read this one.
I think you did.
I did. Against the spread says, Keon, I looked at the college bowl schedule. It's freaking terrible. Most of the games are unwatchable. What's your take? I might cap 4 or 5 games total.
No, I think there are going to be some fun ones in there. Obviously, you're not going to watch every game every night.
That's my goal.
There's some good games in there. Let me go ahead.
That's my goal every year, is to watch every bowl game.
Against the spread also says there was a British soldier who could have blasted Hitler in World War I. He didn't squeeze the trigger because Hitler was unarmed. Bad idea. Okay. Well,
he couldn't have known.
Yeah. I mean, when was this? I mean, because, if it's grown up Hitler already have killed people Hitler guy, well, you shoot the hell out of him. Like Han Solo didn't even pause when he started blasting away at Darth Vader when that door came open in Cloud City. He's like, ah! And you do the same thing with Hitler. You do the same thing once he's Hitler. But baby Hitler, well, you have a chance to not only help him and change his life, but save millions of people later on.
Well, I mean, World War I, wasn't that teenage Hitler?
Is that? Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was. But how did the British soldier know it was Hitler to have that story? How would you even know that?
He had that odd-looking mustache.
Well, everybody had that odd-looking mustache in Germany. And would he have like a giant name tag? I'm Adolf Hitler. It's not how it worked back then.
I think they do. They've got name tags
no,
on
they
their
don't.
uniforms.
like a gas station attendant. Caliban's cousin says, it all started for the Suns in '76 when referee Richie Powers refused to call a technical against Boston that would have won us the 3 overtime greatest game ever played.
See, I told you.
NBA is anti-Suns.
Yep.
Not to mention the fixed coin flip for Alcindor.
100% right there. That's good stuff right there. Thank you for texting that in. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Boomer Sooner says, Hitler? Really? Yeah, you see what I mean about Friday shows? Yeah, I know. Sometimes Wednesdays become Friday shows. I don't know what to tell you.
Don't know what to tell you. This was actually something that was brought up at in the 2016 Republican presidential candidate debates. Ben Carson and Jeb Bush were going back and forth on who would and would not kill baby Hitler. And that was
not kill him, but I kick the bleep out of him. I don't know.
I'm just saying, actual presidential candidates have actually argued this on television. Just putting that out there.
It's the only time you're allowed to think about how hard can you kick a baby and not really hurt it. Is when it's baby Hitler.
Wow.
I'm going to go with my original.
from a minute ago, you went trying to change the world.
Yeah, listen,
trying to
I was
change
the
the
nice
course
guy.
history. Where's my steel-toed
Now
boots?
I'm
I
trying to
need
clear the uprights with
kick
baby
the
Hitler.
hell out of baby Hitler.
It went like an Anchorman when Jack Black punts his
yes.
dog off the bridge.
Yes, I mean, no, I'll go with my original answer. Yeah, try to help and
Give him the attaboy with his paintings
Wow.
he never got.
we'll see what happens there. FedFan says Jojo Rabbit's a great movie about a young boy who has Hitler as an imaginary friend.
I have seen that. It's hilarious.
I may have to watch that. All right, guys, that is 1 hour down and 2 to go. I think we're talking a whole lot of NFL from here out. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-ProCopy. That's 602-776-2679.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up on Thursday at 1 p.m., ASU versus GCU Thursday night. Let's preview the crosstown rivals as they go head-to-head in Tempe. Week 14 of the NFL kicks off, Steelers and Vikings. Both teams need a win. What will we get for a game? NFL injury reports and news to get you ready for the weekend. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event. Thursday, 1 p.m. on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Learn how thousands of smart homeowners are investing about $1 to avoid expensive home repair bills. John, a former non-customer, said, "My air conditioner broke and I had to spend $1,900 to fix it." Jeff, a customer, wrote, "My air conditioner broke and I got a new one at no out-of-pocket cost." Mary, a former non-customer, wrote, "My heating system stopped running. I had to spend $3,000 to get a new one." Lisa, a customer, wrote, "My heater stopped working. I got it fixed at no out-of-pocket cost." For about $1 a day, you can have all the major appliances and systems in your home guaranteed fixed or replaced with HSC's home warranty coverage. Call now, and the first month is free. If the lines are busy, please call back.
800-657-5714. 800-657-5714. 800-657-5714. That's 800-657-5714.
Contractors need bonds, and the professionals at Constructors Bonding have been Arizona's leading surety management team for 40 years. We don't just deliver bonds, we make your bonding better. As the #1 producer with 14 markets, Constructors Bonding has the relationships and expertise to get you better capacity, better rates, and better terms. For better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929. Or visit cbialliance.com.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. In this hour, we will give away a pair of tickets for you guys to go see Sun Devil men basketball take on Grand Canyon University. That's right. If you're an ASU fan, tickets to the game. If you are a Grand Canyon University fan, tickets to the game. There you go. Simple as that. We've got your tickets for you.
It's this hour?
Yeah, this hour.
Yeah, this hour from here until 5 o'clock.
Yeah, you are correct.
All right.
It is going to happen. So people got to be ready and listening for their chance to win those tickets. 888-368-1580. Let me clean up a few things here on the text line real fast. Big Kev is back. Big Kev says, I encourage baseball fans to either start spending their hard-earned money supporting the minor leagues or supporting independent baseball. Plenty of indie leagues around, from low-rung leagues that play on middle school fields to well-known indie leagues that have better ballparks and some affiliated AAA clubs. Support guys that dedicate their lives to baseball for a lot less money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that 110%.
Good to hear from you, Big Kev. Good to hear from you. Just a Tip says, okay, so the last hour, we discovered that Keon doesn't believe in day drinking, doesn't believe in ninja arrows causing lung collapses. Hey, what's next? You don't believe that Adam Silver is an alien emerging from his alien skin and he'd let baby Hitler put a fork in an outlet? My God, Keon, I was just starting to like you.
Well, a lot of what you said is true, except for I do believe in day drinking. I just don't day drink on days that I work.
That's very responsible thing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't believe you.
I don't want to be fired.
Mm-hmm.
I bet Saturday at like 2 p.m, he's probably hammered.
I think he's hammered right now.
Oh, I think so.
Boomer Sooner says, I was thinking maybe with your Facebooking of Cassidy, you can kind of ask her what she's thinking for her wedding. Are they going to have it someplace or at that house that you and Uncle Jim were thinking of helping her with that wedding a little bit money-wise? So what do you think about that?
Well, I think there's a lot of great venues to have a wedding. I mean, Uncle Jim's is only one of them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. It was a nice place, though.
The thing about is that cat, the peed all over everything.
Yeah.
And scratched up
the
damn bridal gown.
Could be trouble.
Horrible.
Could be trouble.
Well, ate the damn carnations and the floral.
Cassidy
bouquet.
deserves better, I think.
Cassidy does deserve much better. So I would look around. Money is an object. However, there are plenty of economically minded wedding places to go.
Yeah. Now that's what we think. Keon?
I am so lost.
Try to keep up.
I am trying. We just had a full-on wedding venue breakdown, and I was like, wow, I could not be more out of my depths.
My youngest daughter just got married just this past October. I know all of this stuff. I have it all. It's up here in the Rolodex up in my mind.
Good Cat says day drinking. Hell yeah. Day drinking is good. We get away with it.
I vote yes.
Can't always get away with it. So I posted this on the Twitterverse. I am told that we don't promote our social media as much as I should. So maybe we'll do that right now. The radio station is at 1580 The Fanatic. My Twitter is at Radio Pal 1580. Randy's is at Radio Randy 777.
Yep.
Keon's is at filthyspeedo.com.
That is Phil.
No.
That is
sorry.
What's
yours again?
Sports Cloud. It's all
you were close.
Much more dignified. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sports Cloud.
Yeah.
See, Keon's too young to remember this, but I think of when I hear cloud, Randy. Hey.
You.
No, hey.
Get off of my cloud.
Yeah, but it's not how it goes. I go, hey, you go, hey. Remember?
Hey.
No, not the same time. Hey.
All right. Hey.
You.
You.
Get off of my cloud. Hey.
Hey.
You.
You.
Get off of my cloud. You have no idea what's happening again, do you?
I am once again lost.
All right. So here's what I have on my Twitter right now at Radio Pal 1580. If you scroll down, there was this play by quarterback Kenny Pickett. And so he decides, he steps up in the pocket and he's like, oh, this is falling apart. But look at that lane I can run in. And he just busts out and starts running. Okay. And now they're already, taking out Wake Forest. Okay. But this was kind of dirty almost. So he's the quarterback. He's running and he kind of starts looking like he's about to slide. And then he jumps back up and it was a fake quarterback slide. So of course, the linebackers, the safeties are like, oh, well, we can't hit him. He's going down. We don't want to get we don't want to get a penalty. And he just jumps up and runs it in there for a touchdown. It's like, what the hell, man?
Here come the text.
It takes a lot of body control to do that. But yeah, no, it's one of those things where here are players who are trained not to hit a quarterback who's sliding.
Yep.
If a quarterback can fake you out doing that, you are giving the quarterback a degree of power, even more than what they already have.
Yeah.
That does seem a little bit unfair and unnecessary.
Yeah, you get a 15-yard penalty if you lay the lumber on that guy.
Yep.
But he gets a touchdown if he can kind of make that little move.
See, that's why I'm a proponent of defensive backs should be able to go ahead and just as he's sliding, just put one on him.
Well,
just bap. You know, as he's going down.
Let that be a lesson to you.
I'm really sliding. Okay. Bap. You know, and I just ring his bell and then get up. And that's for when you think you can do a fake slide. Remember that hit as the slobber comes out of his mouth. Just remember that hit.
And they're wheeling him around.
Yeah, just remember that.
Good Cat says that quarterback's going to get clobbered in the NFL for doing that fake slide.
Yeah.
Well, there is a simple fix to this. If you see a quarterback running, and the minute he does that fake little slide move, that's where the ball drops. That's where the ball. That's where the ball progress stops.
Oh,
that's
I
the
thought-
end. That's like
I thought you're going to say you could just put one on him. Yeah, you see him do that fake.
you'll
just-
never get them to
Bap
agree
him.
to that.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
you just can't look. Quarterbacks cost so much money. You
Mm.
can't have
Not in
Tom
college,
Brady.
they don't.
Well, in college, maybe they don't cost money, but they are what you outside of the head coach. They are what you use to sell
Look,
these
man,
games.
If a quarterback, I don't care if it's Tom Brady, Russ Wilson, or Kyler Murray,
Yeah.
you do the fake slide, then you've got one coming. You got one coming right to your damn sternum. Just a bap, you know, and air leaves.
All right.
The only
so-
time I've ever seen anyone do that on a quarterback who was sliding was Mason Rudolph, and that's because nobody likes him.
Yeah. Nobody. I don't think they even flagged that one.
Mm.
So here's what you're saying, Randy, is when they start to get down and do the fake, and then they jump back up and run, they're
Yeah.
no longer a quarterback.
Yeah, that's right.
They're no
You can
longer a
bap 'em.
quarterback.
You can bap the hell right out of them.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that, but it'll never fly. It's just going to be a thing where the moment they make that move, ball is down right there. I'm
That's
sorry.
probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, I like your idea though. Don't get me wrong. I
I think
love
you should
your
hit
idea.
them as they turn around and walk back to the huddle.
Well,
Just
okay.
at a full speed. Just cut them right in half.
Mhm.
That got way more violent than what I thought. I
That's
don't.
what football used to be, Keon.
That's right, Keon. Before
I
we
mean-
put flags on these guys.
I get where you're coming from. I'm okay with football now. This is fine.
Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I was wondering, Spencer Rattler got a couple of vehicles from a local car dealer in Oklahoma as a freshman, or just after that NIL thing was passed. Do you think he gets to keep those? I would imagine so.
I would
yeah.
imagine so. Yeah, too.
Unless there was something in a contract between them that says he doesn't if he transferred. So, listen, it's all business now. It's no longer shady dealings that nobody gets to know about. So I guarantee you there's some paper and signatures on that. So probably is what I'll say right there. Against the spread says day drinking. Call that Steve Keim 30. Well, he's more of a night drinker though, I thought. Or he's
yeah.
Because remember he got pulled over. It was like 2 o'clock in the
Evening.
morning or something.
Yeah. Yeah. It was late in the evening.
Scratch me because says Pickett should have got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Oh, that's a good idea. Down it and give him that penalty.
Oh,
mean,
there you go. Yep.
Yeah, I think that
Well done,
it's-
Scratch
there's a loophole in the rules, and he exploited
Yeah.
it. And I think it's perfectly
Yeah.
fine to do as long as they
Hey.
don't. As long as they haven't actually outlawed it.
It's too bad Jeffrey and I are not still playing because we listen, if you did that to us, they could go ahead and put you down and call the 15 yards. And then as you're walking back, Jeffrey and I are going to sandwich this cowboy and we're just going to cut like a bad peanut butter and jelly sandwich, just right there on the field. Just bap.
See, I was a running back, so I got hit every single damn time in a way that no quarterback was ever going to take. So I would love to play defense with you, Randy. If you and I were out there playing defense,
Oh, my
that'd be
God.
fun.
Yeah.
That's the only time I'd want to play defense.
That's when you get in there, and there's a fumble and you jump on the pile and you get all up in somebody's nature with your hands and you're just grabbing stuff and pulling
I'm gonna
and
leave
people
that
are
to you.
screaming. Oh, you just get in there and just
You
ripping
can-
stuff out.
You can do
Oh,
the
I'm
poking.
sorry.
I don't want to do the
thought-
poking.
Oh, boink, boink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought that was the football. Yeah.
I'll just put my weight on top of the guys. You can do your
Oh, yeah.
poking thing.
Get all up in his nature. Yeah.
Mr. Wilbur says, I agree with Randy. You go full Jack Tatum on him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
just
boy.
right in half, like a damn swinging piece of iron. Just cut you right down, dude. Just bap.
Personally, because I am a fan of the game, I don't want to see the best players in the game just getting destroyed because they faked the slide.
Don't fake the slide then.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Cause and effect, Keon.
Well, that's the thing is you're not saying he's getting hit on the slide or on the fake slide. You're saying get hit on the real slide.
No, that's not what he said. Randy never said on a regular slide.
No.
He says he fakes it. The minute he comes back up, take him out.
Yeah.
And then as he's walking back to the huddle, you take him out
again.
Well, okay, that's you can't take him out on his way back to the huddle.
Hell, I can't. Watch me.
Watch us.
Because then now you have moved into dirty territory.
Dirty?
Yeah. Is he on his way back to the huddle?
Is it dirty if it's in the rule book?
Right.
It's not in the real.
When did you become so 10-ply soft, Keon?
Apparently, when I don't like people being hit when the play is dead.
Yeah, then don't fake slide then. How's that?
That's all I gotta say about it.
I wish you would fake slide. Good Cat says, speaking of day drinking, there's a bar in Tucson that opens up at 6 a.m. on graduation day.
Well, you know why, right?
It's Tucson.
Yeah.
And and also the people have got to drink to numb the pain that U Arizona diploma is going to get you absolutely nowhere in life. Tron Slater says, good morning, fellas. Just here driving with the son. Randy, can I get a glass of milk and a beer for us, please?
Absolutely.
Which one? Who gets which? Nah, it's none of my business. Mr. Wilbur says, Randy, is that why my coaches used to always tell us to quit playing grab ass out there? Do you think maybe they caught some of us actually grabbing ass?
Listen, it has nothing to do with ass. You get in that. Everything is game. Look, you get in that. You're reaching for the football, and things happen, and things start to get pulled and punched and twisted, and then screams happen. Oh dear God! I've heard guys in a huddle, in one of those scrums, calling out for their moms. Eyes get poked. That's the way
I always called out
for
your mom.
Yeah. See. See,
I'm sorry. I apologize.
My mom's dead.
I couldn't just pass that one up. That was wrong. I apologize, Randy. Sorry.
Sorry, my mom's dead.
Yeah, I'm sorry too.
You're very compassionate, aren't you?
Yeah. I miss her a lot. Just a tip says, considering all the protections the quarterbacks get. Considering the protections the quarterbacks get now, they pull that fake slide thing, then hell yeah, they should get drilled.
Yeah, I mean, if you start to go down, but the whole point of the fake slide was that by the time he didn't commit to the slide, he was past everybody. They couldn't hit him. They pulled back.
There were still a couple of guys. I saw the video. There's a couple of guys.
Listen,
okay,
if he
have an
and hit him in the end zone, then hit him hard, right in the spine.
Okay, see
just
that
as he's doing that stupid dance in the end zone, you just kind of cut him down like a damn giant redwood tree. Watch him fall.
You can't do that though.
That is for the fake slide.
That is actually dirty. Like just you. Do
you
know
say
that?
Dirty? I think the definition of dirty.
When the play's over, the play's over.
You say tomato, I say drill the son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's it.
There's a difference between tomato and that. Very, very big difference.
Yeah, you scored a touchdown and I'm going to get thrown out, but I'm taking part of you with me.
Yep.
When we're just we don't see anything wrong with that. Nothing dirty. Nothing.
I'm not saying hurt the guy. I'm just saying shiver his timbers a little. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I believe your exact words were split the guy in half.
That's exactly right.
There is no way.
Split him like a piece of firewood, Jack.
Go Abe Lincoln on him. Blam!
You will hurt him if you do that. You're saying, I'm not saying hurt the guy. Just stab him.
Oh, no, don't hurt him.
17 times like OJ. That's
God, Keon, why would you say that? That's
why would you bring that up?
I'm sorry.
God,
nobody said anything about OJ.
Wow, you said split him like firewood.
Keon,
oh my God. Jeez, now
boy, Keon, you've stepped over the line on this.
That's on behalf of CRC Broadcasting and 1580 The Fanatic and the Daily Blender, myself, Jeffrey O'Brien, and Randy White. We apologize for what was just said by Keon Rose.
Unbelievable.
You can find him on Twitter to complain about that at Sports Cloud.
Sports Cloud. Yeah.
See how I knew it?
I immediately remembered at that point. when there's a bus to back over me, then of course Twitter handle comes immediately.
Well,
to
I
mind.
mean, nobody said anything about stabbing. I mean, good night.
Yeah, I'm only going to apologize for you so many times, Keith.
I mean, if you say split the guy like firewood,
I'm not mad. I'm not mad as much as I'm disappointed.
I have no words for that.
I may need a moment. I might have to take the rest of the day off. Okay, thanks, guys.
No, nice try, Randy. No. Bob Shrisky says, "Oh, good God, it's too soon, Keon. Too soon." Mr. Wilbur says, "Geez, Keon, next thing you know, you're going to want to go full Jeffrey Dahmer on somebody. What's going on in there?"
Wait a minute.
I'm
saying don't do those things.
Fed fan brings us back to a nicer reality by saying, did Mr. Wilbur have his eyesight when he played football? Good God. That's a fair question. It crossed my mind too when I read his text. We'll wait for the answer. Fubar 1000 says, howdy. I got nothing to say, but go ASU. Hefty Lefty says, big fan of the Pulp and my OJ. Senior Wake and Bake says, I think we need to talk NFL now. Just the Tip says, can we revisit the ninja arrow thingy for quarterbacks on that fake slide, maybe?
Oh, see, now there's another use for ninjas with their crossbows. Yeah.
How'd you like a deflated lung, you shady son of a bitch?
Yeah.
There's nothing shady about
it. He'll be in the end zone going, woo! And then,
yeah, just all of a sudden, I can't breathe.
If there's going to be a lesson learned, that's going to be it right there.
Being shot by a crossbow. That's the lesson.
Well, it sounds like a bad thing.
It is. Would you like to be shot by a crossbow?
You see me doing a fake dive, running the ball as a quarterback? Of course, I don't want to get shot by a little tiny crossbow.
Doesn't seem like an equivalent punishment for what it is. Faking a slide.
Your generation is just soft. That's all I'm going to say. Your generation is just soft.
Because crossbow bolts are deadly. That is not soft. That is just a fact.
Oh, God, a teeny little one. A lung
deflating one. This is in the hands of a damn ninja. They know what they're doing at all
professionals. Scratch Me Because says, I suggest calling it the baby Hitler for fake slides. Yeah, he just pulled a baby Hitler right there.
If he pulled a baby Hitler, then you got to punish him on that one.
How do you not shoot him with a crossbow, Keon? You wanted to let him stick the fork in the outlet.
Yeah, that's different because one of those would be actually baby Hitler and the other one would just be a quarterback starting a slide and not finishing it. They're not even remotely the same.
He gets a collapsed lung from a ninja.
Good Cat says, Randy, how about Gardner damn Minshew? He wouldn't do a fake slide.
Nah, he would not even slide. He'd take it like a man.
He would twirl that mustache as he ran by you. He'd leap you. Fish Tank says, isn't Piggott who Keon wants in the NFL draft?
Yes.
Of course he's defending him. He's playing like a Washington football player already, isn't he?
I mean, I don't think we have anybody on our roster who could do that, who could start a fake slide and in the middle just stop, stand up and keep going. It was pretty, I thought it was pretty impressive. Like he was,
listen, if he does it against Jeffrey Nye's team, he's not going to do it again.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, come on, Keon. Accusing OJ of stabbing someone. He's still looking for the killer, man. He was found innocent. That's despicable, Keon.
He was found not guilty, which is not the same thing as being found innocent. That's not the same thing.
Against the Spread says the nickname the Rail Splitter was campaign propaganda that helped Lincoln win the 1860 election. By the way, Lincoln was elected with the lowest popular vote percentage in history, 39%.
Thanks.
Why you want to come in here and smear old Abe Lincoln?
What did he do to you?
I'm pretty sure Against the Spread's like, we could use slavery back. That's what happened there. That's pretty dark Against the Spread.
That might be darker than anything we've said so far. And
wow, I think
we went places today.
Yeah, I know. Against the Spread just made Keon look way better just with that one text. What the hell is going on in this place?
Wow.
Mr. Wilbur says, to answer your question, I did play 4 years of high school football while being totally blind. Dude, that is a man card accreditation right there. Well, but then again, what position? You just had to have somebody point you in a direction and say, block. Just, as long as somebody like, Right here, dude. Right here. Then you're fine. I don't know. How did that work? What position did you play?
I know that the University of Texas a few years back had a blind long snapper. And I feel bad for the guy that was the second long snapper on that depth chart. Just a guy that cannot see is a better long snapper than you. And he started all 4 years.
There's a guy going home and kicking dogs right there. Mr. Wilbur, yes. What position did you play? Now we have more questions for you. I'm sorry. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized cash rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harman Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harman Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmansolar.com.
Does your company need bonds? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than any competitor anywhere. Our relationships with every major surety get you the credit you need fast, and we never stop working to exceed your expectations. Call me personally at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution to better bonds.
If you're not spending every waking moment checking us out online,
You better have a good excuse.
yeah, we've loaded up our website with the stories, pics, video, podcast, commentary, and more. The kind of stuff you love.
Hey, it takes a lot of time to post all this junk.
And you'll love every bit of it. Very well.
Or at least most of it.
It appears that the website has become alive. Hit it now.
It's on the internet.
1580, thefanatic.com.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Sunday is football day at my house. Nothing happens but straight up football. But if you're out driving around, you can still get your football fix here on 1580 The Fanatic at 10:30 a.m. on Sunday. We got Raiders at Chiefs, and then Sunday Night Football is Bears at Packers here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, Against the Spread does want to clarify some things. He's like, whoa, easy, fellas. For the record, I love Lincoln, and I'm from Illinois. I'm just helping our listeners learn some history. You know, this is not the place to learn Against the Spread.
Yeah, no.
You know, don't do that again. But sorry, we accuse you of being a filthy racist. Sorry about that. Let's see. Scratch Me Because says, with his experience, Mr. Wilbur seems highly qualified to be an NFL referee. I mean, I thought the exact same thing, Scratch Me Because, but I think he has too much integrity for that. He says, I'm legally blind. Look it up and you'll see that my vision was limited, not totally blind. I played guard and linebacker. Linebacker? So no interceptions, a lot of tackles.
That's impressive right there.
Very impressive.
Yeah, no, you get man card accreditation for sure for that, Mr. Wilbur. Even limited gets you that. So well done, my friend. Fish Tank says there's a place called Larry's at the 101 in Cave Creek that opens at 6 a.m. where you can watch Chuck Norris reruns with the other mutants. I have no idea why I know that. Seriously? So if you go to Larry's at 101 in Cave Creek, 6 a.m., there's nothing on but Chuck Norris reruns. You're talking about Walker, Texas Ranger or Delta Force? What movies or TV shows? I might show up for one of those.
I assume Walker, Texas Ranger. That just popped into my head.
Well, is there any better Chuck Norris series than Walker, Texas Ranger?
Well, his movies were pretty good. I mean, that one with Bruce Lee, Entered the Dragon, and then of course, Delta Force movies. And boy, I don't know anything else he's done.
it's just those three things.
Pretty much that. Yeah. Just Tip says, Keon, I love your Twitter feed. Lots of good art, intriguing social commentary, just a tinge of humor. But my God, I think it's a disservice to people like Mr. Wilbur, who actually did good things with their life, that you harbor all this flash anger and red line vision towards your co-hosts and their opinions. At least the old guy, all he did was bet on and kill horses.
What anger, though? I haven't.
He doesn't see it, does he, Randy?
Yeah. Yesterday,
He cannot see it.
Yesterday, we
like
went
Mr.
after,
Wilbur. He doesn't see it.
We went after my team, which I wasn't angry. I was just very defensive.
You were
Who
very,
went after
very-
your team?
yeah.
But nobody went after your team.
Nobody went after your team.
Okay,
I don't know what you're
okay.
talking about.
We were talking yesterday about grading my
Yes.
quarterback Taylor Heineke on a curve, which no, I do not do that. He is good for what he is getting paid and what
Really?
kind of player
Yeah,
he
you
is.
Do we need to revisit this violence once again?
And the other thing is,
no,
we
we don't
don't
have
even know how to spell his name, so who cares? I mean,
It's literally Heineken minus the N at the end.
I'm going to guarantee you that in a year or two, you won't remember him either. So don't get mad.
I mean,
at
that's
us.
possible if we draft the quarterback I want.
Who do you want? The faker, the quarterback slide
That
faker.
is correct. He is an incredible athlete. He's got a good arm, and he
Slide faker.
Also
call
known
him what
as the baby Hitler.
okay. Can't just throw that name.
Sure, I can. You act sometimes like you're new on the show.
His name is Kenny Pickett, and that is the guy that I want.
He's now Kenny Baby Hitler.
I mean, I take Matt Corral, but we're not going to be bad enough to get Matt Corral.
Tiger Paws. Oh, so here's the thing, Randy. This is the only time I'm going to go ahead and do this. Please, please pour Tiger Paws a pina colada.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
If you like pina coladas,
Why?
Well, she said for Downer Wednesday, my dad just passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, very sorry to hear that, Tiger Paws. And so only for you in this moment will I suffer that song intentionally. So that's for you, Tiger Paws. First Cav Mike says it's Randino Bateman from The Replacements. You are? You're Randino Bateman from The Replacements? I love that band.
I'm Randy White.
Oh. What is it?
I'm Randy White. I'm old school guy that likes it the way it used to be.
Oh. I like The Replacements.
And if I don't want to be The Replacements.
Where's The
I am the
Refreshments?
real McCoy.
Who did that song? Everybody knows the world is full of stupid people. That's The Replacements or Refreshments? I get them confused. Do you know?
No. No, that one eludes me. I'm sorry.
All right. Let's see. Senior Wake and Bake says, lay off Keon. He's having a WNBA withdrawals right now.
I mean, look, I've got basketball right now. I just like ball. That's just what I like basketball.
He likes balls.
No, I said ball specifically, basketball
That's what
in
I said.
particular.
That's what I said.
And
Don't
so
make it
yeah,
weird.
NBA's on right now. I'm big in the NBA. And then when the NBA season is over, there'll be WNBA on, and then I will watch. I don't go through withdrawals. I don't have to. It's not that serious.
Hey, you're very serious. Keon's very serious. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, that fake slide with that quarterback, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I know all the rules are geared to keep them pretty boys upright. You're supposed to, and he's supposed to slide. You leave him alone. But I don't know. Everybody's trying to do something to take advantage, right? There's no rule against. There will be I guarantee you, there will be a rule against it next year.
I don't know because he's the only guy that's done it, and he did it the one time. I think a number of guys would have to start doing it
it's good that he's the only one doing it, because otherwise, if I was playing and I was a linebacker, it'd be like a heat seeker, and he's all in the end zone. He'd never see it coming. Heat seeker.
If he's in the end zone, the play is over.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, yes, it is. The score, when the score goes up, the play's over. They go, oh, touchdown.
I will hit him so hard, parts of him will be falling off.
That is.
You go high, I'll go low. No, wait, you go low, I'll go high, because I don't want to put my finger there. Fed Fan says it was the refreshments, Jeffrey. It was? That was the refreshments? Okay, thanks for that. Love that song. And she says, I'm sorry for your loss, Tiger Paw. Scratch Me Because says Keanu Reeves starred in the movie The Replacements. No, but The Replacements were also a band in the 90s. Average Joe says Banditos. It's The Refreshments. Yes, you are correct. Thank you for that. I got to get that. I used to own that CD, and then it got lost somewhere. I got to get that on my Spotify. Tiger Paws, our condolences for your loss, says Good Cat. And I guess I must be following the wrong Keon on Twitter, because the one I'm following is nothing but porn.
Wow.
Keon, what's your address again? Quick.
It's Sports Cloud, but I'm going to disappoint you. There's no porn there. That you are definitely
not according to Good Cat. You might have got hacked. Don't leave your computer open when there's just us here in the radio station.
No.
I don't log on to Twitter on here.
Fish Tank says Walker, Texas Ranger for sure. It was a one-time experience, and I'm not sure if it rages on today over there at the Larry's. Cabana says both knees fixed and doing well, guys. Up next, forward level neck infusion, and next year more back infusion. Pour me a triple of your best stuff there, Randy.
Absolutely. Here you go, my
friend.
friend.
Hold on. Hold the glass.
What's a triple? What?
You only give him this alcohol if he promises to stop sending his X-rays to the text line. He's constantly sending us X-rays and scars and weird stuff.
Listen, that is a bit troubling.
Yes. I don't need to see what the inside of you looks like all the time, Cabana. We believe you. You hurt, and we hope you don't hurt soon. I hope that all works out for you.
Yes.
Kyle G says Wilbur playing linebacker is unfair. Every time he got hit was a blindside block.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Oh my God.
I feel like that might be text of the day, actually.
Wow.
Boomer Sooner says, I think we might start getting into a bounty gate again. You know, put a 4-string linebacker out there in the second quarter, take him out. Know what I mean? Yeah, it's probably better to change the rule to the ball is down there and there's a penalty.
Because I think it's interesting because so one of the things that has happened that I haven't seen any rule changes on, and Patrick Mahomes abuses this all the time. He'll run to the sideline like he's about to step out, and then he'll jump back in and pick up a few more yards, usually a first down.
I could fix that. I'm telling you, I could fix that. Just one heat seeker, and it'll fix everything.
That happens more often than the fake slide.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Tiger Paws says Chuck Norris wasn't in Enter the Dragon. He was in a Bruce Lee movie, but not that one. What was it? I thought Enter the Dragon was where he had to fight all these guys, and one of the guys he had to fight in that building was Chuck Norris. What was
the Way of the Dragon?
Was it Way of the Dragon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you, Tiger Paws. You are correct.
The Way of the Dragon.
Huh. Just a Tip says, I wish peace to Tiger Paws. Been there. Let's see. Against the Spread says, sad news. I would like to wish the racehorse Medina Spirit a big rest in peace. We already talked about that the other day. Right now we're on Tiger Paws' dad, so it just doesn't seem right to rest in peace a horse when we're rest in peacing Tiger Paws' dad. So
right.
We did all the Eric Cohen jokes yesterday. Scratch Me Because says, can't hardly wait. That's also a great song by The Replacements. Big George says, I follow Keon on Twitter, and the only porn I see is sports porn. Is that such a thing? You dirty man.
What?
You're a dirty man.
In what
Keon?
context?
Dirty man.
I'd like to see that. I missed it. Apparently.
Porn?
I don't think I'd want to see it. Actually, how does well, the more my brain starts
trying to
churning that thought, but no, I don't want to see that.
Rescinded.
No. You guys enjoy. I'm going to be over here minding my own business.
I'm not the one posting it. I don't.
You guys go ahead and do your thing. I'm going to heaven. Chief Skulls Burner says, afternoon, gents. The Replacements, they were a great Minnesota band I saw a couple of times up there. Yeah, the Refreshments. Oh, we should have a war against the Replacements and Refreshments. A musical war, and decide who's the greatest band. Well, of the
With
Mints.
a name like this.
The Mints. Glendale Runner says, the Replacements were a great band. My first concert. They're in the Jerry Maguire movie soundtrack. But the Refreshments, I think, are local, weren't they? Weren't they a local band? Hitting the Nut says Walker, Texas Ranger, had an episode where he told Haley Joel Osment that he has AIDS. No joke. You can look it up on YouTube. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait. So Chuck Norris, as Walker, Texas Ranger, just randomly goes, by the way, kid, you got AIDS. And that's he says YouTube it.
I will later. I just
send me a link, email me a link when you do that. It's like, you're gonna see a lot of dead people soon, kid.
Oh boy.
Unless you got Magic Johnson money, you'll be fine. Boomer Sooner says, well, there you go. Keon patched my homes, already does a form of it. So what's the big deal?
Right.
Your voice text, I believe that meant to say, there you go, Keon. Patrick Mahomes already does a form of it. So no big deal.
And Russell Wilson does it sometimes too, not as much. Like Patrick Mahomes is I would say he's the number one culprit that does that. But there are a lot of mobile quarterbacks who use that mobility to act like they're going out of bounds, and then they come right back in bounds. Also, the Refreshments, they're from Tempe.
Yeah, I told you. There you go.
Yeah.
Love those guys. Baby Got Dak says, so sorry for your loss, Tiger Paws. Prison Wallet says, look, new puppy. Oh, the puppy. What is that? Is that a wiener dog? Or is it a mix between a wiener dog and a chihuahua? What is that thing? It's a cute dog. I'm not saying it ain't a cute dog, but what is that a puppy of? That's a puppy. Good Cat says, is the sports porn the cheerleader locker room movies? Yeah, Keon, what is it?
I don't know.
Keon's always wondering. He's like, is my mom listening?
I mean, today is the day. That would ruin me.
Yeah, some
of the other things she would just she probably wouldn't be happy about, but it's okay.
She's like, honey, I've got a list.
Yeah, the gambling she's probably not thrilled about, but it's whatever.
The gambling would be what she'd zero in on this show.
The sports porn. How do I even begin to explain that? I don't even. I have no words, and I'm not even doing it.
Mom, I'm sorry. I'm driving under. Look, that's how you deal with that.
But forever, every time she calls.
Berg says, good morning, good evening, and good night. Hamilton Porter says, remember the South Park episode about AIDS? Magic Johnson saves himself because he injects himself with money. Yeah. King Kitten says, yeah, in that clip, the kid says, Walker told me I have the AIDS. Seriously? Somebody, I got to see. I can't wait till after the show. I need to see.
No, it's happening during this break.
Yes, thank you. I'll come in there and watch it there. As long as you get your sports porn off the screen.
I'm
trying to go to heaven.
I do not have any porn that I am posting anywhere.
Thank you. Scratch Me Because says Haley Joel Osment got old and fat. I think he ate the secondhand lion. Dude, it looks like I ate the secondhand lion.
It's just
it happens to all of us. Scratch Me Because. All right, we're gonna take a break, see what's up with Chuck Norris harassing and bullying poor Haley Joel Osment, and come back with more of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized cash rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
500 apiece, you're gonna put that fine for 500, 502 apiece, 1 minute, that for the head, that 150.
The best weekly auction is right here in Arizona. It's only a click of the mouse away from great deals on almost everything. Visit liquidateaz.com for weekly auctions on everyday household items, antiques from around the world, sports and non-sports cards, memorabilia and autographs, comic books, comic character collectibles, Native American, pots, jewelry, rugs, and sterling silver. Liquidateaz.com weekly auctions is the place for great deals on works of art, gold and silver, coins and U.S. currency, gold and sterling jewelry, vintage LP vinyl records, vintage electronics, ham radio, RC cars, planes, and boats. Interested in antique clocks, watches, and timepieces, or a wide variety of sports equipment, including hunting, fishing lures, poles, and gear. How about military collectibles, medals, uniforms, or helmets? All at liquidateaz.com. Looking to liquidate an estate? Liquidateaz.com can help with estate sales and consignment services. Liquidateaz.com for information.
This is Brent Musburger. Get the latest betting odds on today's games. Listen for my action updates 6 times daily here on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, Arizona's sports betting station.
Today's Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. And we found the clip. I wait till Randy gets back to his microphone. We're going to play a little. I have questions. So the clip is Chuck Norris pulls up a nice old Dodge, by the way, and he gets out of the car, and there's a little Haley Joel Osment. Looks like it's before the Sixth Sense movie came out, and they jump out, and they're like, "Hey, having a good day there? Oh yeah, having a good day. Hey, Aunt so and so. Oh yeah." And there's no context to what you were about to hear. There just doesn't seem to be any context to the clip. So here it is. This is Chuck Norris and Haley Joel Osment from Walker, Texas Ranger. Go ahead.
It's okay, Aunt Alex. I'm a man now. Oh,
He about getting kissed on the cheek.
thank you.
That reservation still standing? Barely.
And how you doing, little partner? Fine. And it's little visitor now. Attaboyoli is how you say it in Cherokee.
Oh, well, pardon my French, but I'll be damned.
Walker told me I have AIDS.
And that's it. It just stops. There's no context. Like, hi, how are you? Well, I'm feeling pretty good. Hey, I just learned I got a Cherokee name, Little Visitor. And oh yeah, by the way, Walker told me I have AIDS.
The end.
If they didn't cut to credits, I need to see the context there. That is horrible. That is horrible. So that's what everybody was talking about. Fish Tank says, yeah, I just found that clip and I laughed so damn hard. Yeah, it's wrong, but you can't help it. Good Cat says, weekly reminder that the Rainy City Bitch Pigeons are trash. They are now 4-8. Well, your text is one day too early. I am presuming that Ralph from Harmon Solar will be with us tomorrow for our NFL picks. King Kitten says, I'm home safe and I'm going to hang Christmas lights and drink beer before dinner. You go, my friend. You go. Against the Spread says, I had no idea about Tiger Paw's dad until now. Sorry to hear the news. Been there. Stay strong, brother. Well, we have another piece of news for you. Tiger Paws is a woman.
Just so you know.
Yeah. Hitting the Nut says that YouTube clip is from the Conan O'Brien show. What, is it doctored then? I mean, did that actually happen in an episode? I'm confused. We got to get the actual episode. Pure Prison Wallet says, nope, this dog is a purebred dachshund. Isn't that, so that's not what they call a wiener dog. It's a dachshund.
Yeah, dachshund is a wiener dog.
It is a wiener dog. Still, that dog has a very smart look in his face. You know what I mean? You can tell when a dog is just dumber than dirt and or when a dog is smart. This dog that he sent me a picture of, you can already tell that's an old soul there. That's a dark, that's a smart dog. Kyle G says, I read that one. I'm having weird stuff with Kyle G's text coming in like that. All right. So now can we, give away tickets. We got to give away tickets. I promised to do that in this hour. We're going to do that right now. Right damn now. If you want Sun Devil men's basketball tickets, they're hosting Grand Canyon University. Huge game for Grand Canyon. Always a fun game to see Sun Devils in action because I would guarantee you a lot of the Havoc are traveling across the valley to be there, but also you get added bonus curtain of distraction. So if you want tickets, call now 888-368-1580. What caller number should we take, Randy?
4.
Quattro. Caller 4 at 1580, the Fanatic. King Kitten says, on Saturday, I'm going to visit my dad and I'm going to watch the Army Navy game. Bam. There you go. That sounds like a lot of fun.
That's a good one this weekend.
Sorry, I had to burp. So after Keon takes the calls at 888-368-1580, we'll talk about the game a little bit.
All right. Which game?
After we get a winner.
What game are we going to talk about?
The GCU and Sun Devils game.
We had mentioned Army-Navy game. I didn't know if we were going to talk about that or the GCU ASU game.
We're going to talk about that. Talking about the GCU ASU game that's on tomorrow night at 7:15 p.m. Here on 1580 Fanatic.
And if you don't go in person, it'll be here on the big flamethrower.
Yes, absolutely right. So one way or the other, we got you covered on that. But in the meantime, let's talk some NFL coaches while we're waiting.
All right. Why not talk some NFL coaches?
Well, I'm going to hold this one because it has to do with a college thing. I'll wait till Keon comes back for that. But hey, Mike McCarthy's back. He's back at work after his 10-day COVID, protocol outage thing. Does that mean? I guess that means he wasn't vaccinated if he was gone 10 days. Yeah. Well, whatever the happened, your worthless coach is back. Baby got Dak. So I can't say
that's he should change his name from McCarthy to roast beef.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why is that? Because
he
people
always
like
looks
roast
like
beef more.
He always looks like he's looking for a roast beef sandwich.
He always looks like he found a roast beef sandwich. Yeah. Well, whatever the case, he is back as your head coach of the Cowboys. So,
all right. Well, they're saved then. Their national nightmare is almost over.
Hooray. Bill Belichick, according to the Vegas odds, is now the odds-on favorite to win Coach of the Year. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. And so right now, where the odds are, he's numero uno. Next on the list is Cliff Kingsbury. And he's at plus 350. I think Belichick is at plus 125. LaFleur for the Packers is plus 750. And then after that, you got Mike Vrabel. He's always on the upper part of the list because people are scared of him. Plus 1,000. And Zach Taylor, that young looking coach for the Bengals, he's at 1,200. So Ron Rivera is sitting at plus 4,000. I don't see him jumping up and winning it, but there he is. Against the Spread says, can you guys get a tow truck for me? I need to get a winch to get my foot out of my mouth. He says, I'm sorry, and I'm done for a while. Oh, Against the Spread, it happens. We don't expect you to know everything. You're fine. Everything's fine. Hamilton Porter says, what number is Dan Campbell on the Coach of the Year list?
Oh, boy.
He's in the hell freezes over category.
Oh, come on now.
Hamilton Porter also says, I think Mike Zimmer will keep his job because he keeps bringing his Maxim girlfriend to the team activities. So there's no way they'll fire him if they want to keep seeing her.
So you mean to tell me this guy's got a smoking hot girlfriend and that's going to keep him as an NFL head coach?
There's worse reasons. I mean, let's be honest. That woman must have gotten a look at how much he makes. Nothing else makes sense. Nothing. Licky Lips Johnson says, well, the Lakers looked good yesterday for the first time this season. Yeah. Okay. So they beat the Celtics. Okay. Good Cat says, I want in on the ticket giveaway. Well, you probably missed your chance because it was done on the phone, Good Cat. In fact, here's Keon now to tell us who won. Who's getting the GCU tickets?
Big Risk.
Big Risk.
Yeah.
Okay, you say that like I'm supposed to know who that is.
That is, I don't know. He texts in.
Right. Really?
Yes.
I haven't seen a Big Risk text in 1.5 million years.
Okay. Well,
nice. Congratulations, Big Risk.
I'm typing in to see the last
did you get his,
time.
email address?
I did.
Yeah, I needed that time.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Last time the Big Risk texted in was September. We haven't heard from him in September. So, but the last time he texted in, he won tickets. He's the big he's a big prize getter is what he is. So congratulations, a big risk. We'll transfer those tickets over to you and enjoy the game. There you go. 888-368-1580. FedFan says, I was thinking the same thing about Zimmer's girlfriend, Jeffrey. Hamilton Porter says, here you go, Randy. Well, you have to look at the text line to see it, but yeah, it looks like someone who could be his daughter or even granddaughter.
Oh, you mean Mike Zimmer's girlfriend?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
it would be uncomfortable if you ever actually saw them together.
Yeah, to each his own. To each his own.
Let's see. All right. So now that Keon is back on mic, we're going to talk about the NFL stuff now. And I wanted to start by talking about NFL coaches. And one of the things is the fact that Jason Garrett's name has popped up as a candidate to be the Duke head coach. Not basketball. This is football.
Duke football head coach?
The Blue Devils. Yes. I guess they got rid of old Cutcliffe, and now they're looking over at Mr. Jason Garrett.
Wow. I guess they don't put a premium on winning then.
At Duke football? No. I think David Cutcliffe, was as good as they could get. Yeah. And I think that they're trying to look at their program and what is the best that they can get. It's hard to get people to coach Duke football. It's a basketball school. That's where all the resources go. If Coach K wants anything and whoever Duke's next basketball coach is going to wind up being, they get it. And you kind of have to battle for what's left of those resources, even as the football coach. And they've been trying to build up that program, but they're still not at that point. And I think that Jason Garrett might be one of those best we can do kind of hires.
You know, what fan base is going to get excited? Like, all right, so Cowboys fired coach ends up being offensive coordinator or is it defense? Oh, no, it's offense. Offensive coordinator for the Giants. And the Giants are like, okay, guess we'll see how this goes. I mean, maybe that's his thing. Maybe he was a better coordinator than he was a coach. We've seen that before. People have gone back. And then they're like, nope, he's bad. And then they fire him on November 23rd. And now you're going to be the receiving end of Jason Garrett coming. It's like, I'm here to coach you guys. I got fired as a head coach and I got fired as a coordinator, but I can handle this. Come on, man.
I don't think the Duke football program is going to have too high of standards, like Keon said. They're not a premier football program in the country. And I think all they want to do is just field a team and see if they can get some money off of this football program to help their basketball program be even more rich. So
I was just thinking the same thing, Fish Tank. Maybe Duke just likes a lot of this. A lot of clapping.
Well, it's more of a slow. It's not quite as
well. They'll get plenty of it. That's Jason Garrett's MO. Look,
elevate a high school coach. Don't bring in Jason Garrett.
The Jason Garrett is a better sell than a high school coach because the high school coach could have potential, could wind up being better,
might get wins.
But to say you went out and got an NFL guy for a program like that, it's not going to fly at a lot of these other schools that have actual ambitions of winning. But for a program like Duke, where 7 games, 8 games is a successful season. Yeah, I mean, Jason Garrett could make a nice little home there for himself, maybe.
You know, Fighting Wampa, you have a good theory. He says, I know Mike Zimmer has had eye issues in the past, but apparently his girlfriend has eye issues right now. And here's what I'm thinking happened. Here's my premise, okay? So Mike Zimmer, right? He's got the whatever weird crap was going on with his eyes. So he goes into this clinic there, and there's a girl there, and he strikes up a conversation. Now this girl has just had bandages put on her eyes, so she can't see this guy. And she's talking, and he's like, so what do you do? Well, I'm a NFL head coach. And the last thing she saw as an NFL head coach was Cliff Kingsbury. And she's like, ooh, really? Yeah. And so then they start having conversations, and, you know, she can't see because she got the bandages on, and he has his thing and his eyesight comes back, and then they're in full relationship mode. And she's like, well, this guy's got money, and I can't wait to see you, and pull off the bandages. And I'm sure, oh, no, I was just startled. No, I love you. I love you very much. I'm just very startled, you know, and she's in too deep now. Now she's like, oh God. Ooh, I didn't no idea. We didn't talk about age. And now she's stuck in it.
So you think this was a grand mistake?
Yes, I think this is a rom-com gone bad. That's my theory, at least. Donnie says, just like Mike Zimmer, his girlfriend will never see it ring. He'll never see a ring. Mike, Good Cat says, damn, Keon, Logan Thomas just ruled out for the season.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Yeah. I mean, that hit from Ngakoue was a brutal hit.
It was almost like Logan Thomas did a fake slide.
Shouldn't have done that, should he?
I'm just saying.
He
Trying
didn't
to tell you.
He didn't, though. He just caught the ball and then
he forgot he wasn't a quarterback anymore.
You don't do those fake slides, man.
He wasn't sliding. He didn't slide.
Uh-huh.
He just got tackled. And then Ngakoue came in as he was being tackled and had the second hit on the lower part of his body and hit him in his knee.
Big Kev says, you're talking about Duke football. I'm an encyclopedia on Duke football. It'd be a questionable hire for mouth stopped working just then. It would be a questionable hire for sure with Garrett. Never coached in college, no actual experience recruiting. Yeah, we know, Big Kev. It's a bad idea all around.
Yeah, I agree. It's the name recognition. It's something that you can go and sell. Here's an NFL guy.
But his name is recognized by failure.
Yeah.
Well,
and clapping.
And he's never tried it at the college level.
Backup quarterback, failed as a head coach, failed as an offensive coordinator. Failure.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying someone might say this is a level down. Give him a shot here.
Hamilton Porter says you can't sink much lower than Duke football. I don't know, maybe Kansas.
I mean, have you seen
Just
Boston college football lately?
Says, there goes Keon. Start trouble again. All right, we'll be back one more hour of the Daily Blender after this. You're on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, everybody, Mark Asher. For the past year and a half, I've been telling you all about my friends over at Valley Medical Weight Loss, about how easy, affordable, and effective they are at helping you lose those unwanted pounds. I've done it. I've had a ton of friends that have gone through the program and lost a ton of weight as well. Now I want you to hear from just one of them.
After years of weight gain, including being quarantined for months, I was finally ready to get help from Valley Medical Weight Loss, and it worked. I've lost 65 pounds, I feel great, and most importantly, I now have a plan on how to keep the weight off forever, thanks to Valley Medical Weight Loss. Don't just take my word for it, try it yourself.
We all hope things are getting back to normal. Now you too can lose the weight you want, even if it's just that last 20 pounds. Valley Medical Weight Loss. 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Phoenix, and Glendale, all walk-in clinics, fast, affordable options for you to lose that weight now. By the way, mention my name, mention this radio ad. You'll get your first week absolutely free. Go to valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Contractors, listen up. This is Bruce Jacobs. Are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go, serving all types of contractors of any size and license in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside my heterosexual life partner, Randy White. We got Keon Rose pushing the buttons, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I got to say something. I just got to say something right here.
Okay.
I'm against it.
All right.
I am against it. I think it's a bad idea.
All right.
I wish they wouldn't do it.
Are you going to tell us what you're speaking about
I'm
here?
against
You're
it.
talking about. You're
I'm
against
against it.
something.
I ain't for
We-
it. I'm
All
against
right.
it.
You're not for it. You're against. Oh, but what is it that you're against?
Putting Michael Strahan on that space penis and sending him possibly to his death.
Yeah, well,
they postponed the flight because of high wind. So in a couple of days from now, they'll try it again on the Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket, named after Alan Shepard, who 60 years ago did his Mercury flight. But I listen, when Shatner went up, you're like, he's 90 years old. He's had a good life.
Yeah.
These other people we don't know, so who cares?
Look, man, Strahan has done everything. He's won a Super Bowl. He's been on the ABC. He's been on the morning show. He's
I
done
don't
the
think he's done living.
Michael and he's the pinnacle of his career. He's done the stadium guy there. What's that Tom Brady make believe story? And now he's going to go up in the blue penis.
Yeah, I don't want to lose Michael Strahan yet. I unless somebody gives me a reason not to like him. I think he's a pretty good dude. I think he's a good dude. I think he's good on the TV. I like him on the Fox show on Sunday morning. I don't ever watch Good Morning America, but
you don't find yourself when Michael Strahan is speaking.
Mhm.
You don't find yourself staring at the gap between his two front teeth.
Sure I do. And sometimes I think, Michael, you've made a lot of money. Maybe not so much the rocket, maybe just a little, something there. But he actually doesn't want to fix it. So that's him. That's his personality. That's one of the things that, we all know about him. And,
It is
it's
magical.
his decision.
It is a magical tooth gap.
But I got news for you, Michael Strahan. Yeah, I am noticing the giant gap. Like I'm noticing Tracy Wolfson's mole. Like I'm noticing Joe Buck's hair plugs. Like I'm noticing Al Michael's how are they just
diapers?
No, okay, I'm talking about his hair, but okay, also the diapers.
It's a hairpiece.
I noticed these things. No, he's not. It's not even a hairpiece.
Is it?
It's a hair powder, I think.
Huh.
They got a hair powder on him. You'll notice he very rarely turns his head. All the way. That's why he calls her to slide in, because Al Michaels can't turn his head. Well, whatever the case, yeah, of course they notice, Randy. But that doesn't mean I don't like him. Doesn't mean I want him to blow up in a space penis.
Have you listen? How would you like to go out? You told me one time,
not on a space penis,
that once you pass this early bonds of this great Earth,
once I'm already dead,
you want to be stuffed into some sort of flying object and blown into a million pieces at some fireworks show.
See, I count on you to remember this, because you're going to have to.
That's what you said.
What I said was take my ashes.
Take your ass and put it in a fireworks show.
No, I didn't say that.
And shoot it off and let it blow up all over the place.
I didn't say cram my ass. What I said was, cook me up, set me on fire, and take the ashes. And
the ashes. Oh, geez, I'm
not
sorry.
just my ass.
Okay, I'm sorry.
More than that, all of him.
Right. Take the ashes, split them in half. Put half in a box, which is going to be dealt with in a moment, and the other half split in between 10 different fireworks. The reason you want to have 10 and not one is, what if that one is a dud?
Duds.
It's a bad way of looking back at your life, right? One dud, you're like, all right, well, look, the rest of these sons of bitches are blowing up. And then the other half, I want in a box. I want you to bury it. And then I want a headstone that says in teeny little words at the bottom, teeny little words where you have to get real close. You got to get up like this and you're like, what does that say? It says, hey, you're standing on my head. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Yeah. And then they'll automatically jump back and go, he was cremated. Oh, Jeffrey. And that's all I need. Those two things. That's all I'm asking. And I need you to remember this correctly, though.
All right. I've got it. Ashes, fireworks, standing on my head.
And my wife to put on a very sexy red dress and do a coffin dive at the funeral.
A coffin dive?
She drapes herself over it and says, "Hi, Poppy. Oh, Dios mío." And she starts lamenting me in Spanish.
Time out. You're going to be cremated.
Well,
there will be no coffin.
Well, before I get cremated, there will be. You're not going to show up and it's already done.
I see.
There's still going to be a
you want
service.
Alex to put on some sort of a red dress, and you want her to lament your passing in Spanish.
Yeah, very sexy red dress. So everybody's like, ooh, and she's just like, oh god, the whole dramatic telenovela action there.
I mean, you're not going to be there to enjoy that the visuals.
I need to know it's going to be done. I'm not going to be there to enjoy the fireworks either. I'm just saying, this is my final wishes, Randy.
All right. So as the ashes standing on my head, I pop 8. All right. I think I've got it.
I think there was more, but I might have forgotten.
No, you want to have the memorial Jeffrey O'Brien.
Yeah. Well, I want that now. I want to have the very first one we do be the second annual Jeffrey O'Brien Memorial mini golf tournament.
If you're still with us, you cannot be memorial.
I contest that by saying I could just be remembered. Doesn't mean I have to be dead.
Okay. A, I've said no. B,
you don't have. More importantly, the boss of me.
Number 2, Alex said you cannot do it.
Yeah, she did say no, but I think if with a little support from my friends, we could talk her into it.
I just can't do that, man, because memorial means you're dead.
Fed Fan says, "Can Alex's new boyfriend be at your funeral, Jeffrey?" Hell no. I mean, she's not allowed to have a boy. I'll haunt the hell out of her. There can't be. No, that's it. I'm the end. If I can find a way to take her with me, I'm doing it.
For her.
Taking her with me. Ukla Mock says, "What the heck, Radio Pal? Did I get banned or what?" No. Do you want to be banned? I can hit the button. I can just click.
We can block you right there.
Sure, if you want. Tiger Paws says, "Cremation services usually do not have the body there. It's a big portrait of you. And a lot of times it's a video."
Yeah, see?
Well, I'm going to have me there. I've been to services where they're there in the
they have the body and for the service, and then they cremate after.
They take it away. You don't get to see it. I mean, I guess close.
So you want it to be a closed casket? Closed casket at this viewing?
It depends on the situation.
Yeah, I mean, if you died brutally, then yeah, closed.
No, casket. Totally open. Randy's chuckle says, "Oh Lord, guess I'll have to listen to the podcast. Jeffrey's dying. What? I'll miss you. Yeah, we'll miss you."
Chuck Norris told him he had AIDS.
No, that was Haley Joel Osment, not me. He totally has AIDS.
And by the way,
I'm completely confused now.
That was a real line from the show. I looked it up. Conan O'Brien played it on his show.
Well, what happens after that? Do they roll credits?
I don't know, but I will find the episode and watch it because now I have to.
Can I tell you this, that when I walked in the control room and I watched that clip, that's the most Walker, Texas Ranger I've ever watched.
Really?
Yeah. I've never seen an episode. Just a tip says Strahan had a nickname when he was young that drove him to get his status as a sports hero. In the locker room, his name was Antlers. I don't get it. Why would they call him Antlers?
I don't quite get that either.
Jagdog says, "I haven't been able to text in until now, so we've covered Keon's sports porn, Abraham Lincoln, Adolf Hitler, now Blue Penis. Sounds like a typical Wednesday here on the Daily Blender.
It's not Adolf Hitler. It's baby Hitler.
Baby Hitler, yeah.
Baby Adolf. Yeah.
Oh, I'd shoot the hell out of grown-up Hitler. Hell yeah.
I am.
That's not even a question.
Yeah. Last Optimist says, Joe Buck is looking more and more like an undead Lick King every game.
An undead Lick King?
Do you
I think he means Larry King.
Do you mean Lich King?
Lich King?
Like a kind of like a zombie.
Last Optimist, you've brought this show to a complete and sudden halt.
Yeah.
Fish Tank says, "Holy hell, I just looked up Zimmer's girlfriend. This is a classic case of the hotter they are, the bigger chance they're crazy." I'm thinking it's more about his checkbook, but whatever. Hitting the Nut says, with all this coffee and cremation talk, I'm thinking of going to Starbucks for some coffee with cream. I don't get that. I don't get the connection. Dropping the Soap says, my current vehicle is going to break down any day now. Can I have your car if you die, Jeffrey? No, I'm pretty sure there's a line of people who want it before you get it. So sorry, probably not. I'm not dying. Why do you think I'm dying? I'm not dying. No, I'm not dying.
Well, didn't Chuck Norris tell you got the AIDS?
That was Haley Joel Osment. That was not me.
Right.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting that. I'm sorry.
I have some more unsettling news.
Uh-oh.
I guess
you are dying?
We shouldn't be surprised, but remember when Tom Brady and Bill Belichick broke up and we all kind of hoped they'd both just sort of go their own ways and leave us alone? Well, now, the ESPN is trying to make this into something. The ESPN Power Football Index, they use stats and made up garbage and nobody else agrees. Kind of like how they have the Packers as number one on their power index thing, and the rest of the world has the Cardinals. Well, they have it predicted. Tampa Bay and New England will play each other in the Super Bowl now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sure.
They were talking about that this morning on that miserable morning. What do they call that? That blab fest?
It's called Mike Mrs. Mike Golick show. I think is what that's called.
No, it's that Greenberg or whatever his name is.
That's Mike Greenberg, Mrs. Mike Golick show.
Is that what it is? Because
Mike Golick would make this show a million times better show on the ESPN.
That was their open today. Was Tampa Bay and the Patriots will meet in the Super Bowl. And I'm looking at the TV like with this look, like the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I got to tell you, now that we're talking about the fact that Mike Greenberg desperately needs Mike Golick, can we also just get rid of Max Kellerman? I'm flipping through and I see a graphic. I'm like, oh, this might be interesting. And I hear his voice in the background. I'm like, oh, no, he should never be the lead on a show ever. Whatever the hell show he's on, he needs to go bye-bye.
I liked him back when he did radio. I wish he would go back to doing that.
Fed Fan says it's called Get It Up. No, I'm sorry. That's not what she said. It's called Get Up. No,
I think you're right. Get It Up.
She didn't type that. I misread. It's called Get Up with Mike Greenberg desperately misses Mike Golick. That should be the entire
must be what it is. Yeah.
Title of the show.
It lasts about 4 seconds. As long as it would take me to get the remote in my hand to change the channel.
We're only like week 14, So according to ESPN, the other possibility right below it is the Lions will be in the Super Bowl, I guess. By the way, Tom Brady is, at least on the betting odds, your MVP favorite to.
Well, of course he is.
Yeah. I don't agree with that at all. We had that. We talked about that yesterday. Some other names on the list that we didn't talk about yesterday. TJ Watt is a distant way in the background runner there. He'll be defensive player of the year, maybe, but I don't see him ever transcending up into the MVP.
Yeah, to be a defensive player and being the MVP, you have to be on pace with some insane numbers. Like Aaron Donald had that year where he was just sacking the quarterback at an unreal level. Prime JJ Watt was able to do that. I don't think TJ's playing quite at the level that those guys were. You'd have to be an insanely productive defensive player to get that award.
Hefty Lefty says, Get Up is the Mike Greenberg show. Get It Up is what Zimmer's girl yells at him on a regular basis.
I see.
Well, I assume that he's fighting off the Alzheimer's. So I don't know.
God, Keon, why would you put that on Mike Zimmer?
Ooh.
Oh my God. Did you hear that?
I'm just saying he's using the what we learned yesterday with the
he says that Mike Zimmer's has Alzheimer's.
I didn't say he has it.
Really?
I said,
why would you say that? That's a dark thing to say.
We learned yesterday that the Viagra helps fight Alzheimer's.
Help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours.
I'm saying his girlfriend does not have to yell "Get It Up" because he is already pre-battling.
Keon just wished Alzheimer's on Mike Zimmer.
I did not.
Why would you do so? The guy's a nice guy.
I have no problem with Mike Zimmer.
He's googly-eyed. I get it. If you got things against googly-eyed people, I mean, still,
I did not wish it on anybody. I didn't even say he had it. I said he is fighting it early.
Once again, on behalf of CRC Broadcasting, 1580 The Fanatic, and all the subsidiaries,
That's
myself, Jeffrey O'Brien, Randy White, we apologize for the conduct and statements made by one Keon Rose.
I have not
Hopefully,
done anything.
You will forgive all of us.
There's nothing to forgive, by the way. You just
don't put words in my mouth. How dare
didn't-
you put words in my mouth?
I didn't do any.
We're just gonna move on, I guess. Dropping the Soap says, I got a Viagra stuck in my throat the other day. I had a stiff neck for a week. Boom, boom.
Seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours.
Lost Toby says, Arizona versus the Colts in the Super Bowl. It's a lock. You hurt my soul with that one, Lost Toby, a little bit. You hurt my soul. Is it going to hurt Drew Brees' soul when Tom Brady breaks the all-time completion record on Sunday?
No.
Because who else is really in range to break Drew Brees' records other than Tom Brady? It was just kind of like how Peyton Manning felt when his record started to drop and fall. And now here's Drew Brees thinking, it's going to be a while. No, it's going to be this week. Damn it. So he doesn't even get a chance to enjoy like years of having the record. Tom Brady's going to come behind and spoil everything.
And it's on Sunday night, I believe. Right. So he'll be on the broadcast as well. He'll have to be there in person to watch it happen.
He'll have to fake smile. It goes along with his fake hair. He'll have to fake smile and be like, that's great. Congratulations, Tom. That's amazing. That's good. That's great. No, that's good. That's great.
Because I don't think that a lot of legends mind when their records get broken, but this one happened so fast. Like he barely had it.
Well, they were going back and forth with some of these records while they were both playing. But hey, Drew, you quit. You big quitter. Drew Brees could have probably played. No, he couldn't. No, you're right.
No,
you're right.
that last year was terrible.
No, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah. Ukla says maybe Zimmer has Peyronie's, like the Amazon logo.
Peyronie's disease.
Peyronie's disease. What is that?
Yeah, that's good. Where you got the kind of the weird bend in the old stiffy there.
Oh, I've seen commercials for that.
Yeah.
I'm just like
Peyronie's disease.
I giggle every time I see that.
Yeah. Get the kind of a bump or a painful bend in the old stiffy there.
Just a Tip says, Jeffrey, could you please shut off Keon's mic? I have young people in the room. Yeah, we've been assured that Keon's going to behave himself.
What have I done?
Randy's chuckle says Keon Rose, aka John Sick. We just lost Randy too. I think Randy was just Randy may have just walked off the show in protest of your actions.
I assure you that's not what happened.
I'm pretty sure it is. Bamiga says, wife and love your show, guys. Brady and Belly, no way. We want a real deal Super Bowl, please. And go Cardinals. Good to hear from you, Bamiga. Fed Fan says, it's best just to let it go, Keon. That's what I've learned to do.
Maybe one day I'll learn. Right now I'm swimming against the currents, but one day I'll just have to let it happen. Let my name be dragged through the mud.
Yeah. Well, the Jet says, I just turned on the radio and the first thing I hear is Randy saying stiffy. Not sure what I missed, but I'm thinking today might have been a really good show.
But I'm the inappropriate one somehow.
You're definitely going to want to go listen to the podcast. And then you probably also are going to want to write a letter to Ron Cohen about Keon Rose. Just saying. Hefty Lefty says, no, sports porn is like food porn. Good stuff. Griffey's swing, Ray Allen jumper, Barry Sanders jump cut, Jordan Kobe baseline fadeaway, Patrick Roy flashing a glove save, and it gives you a sports boner.
Okay, well, I do post that stuff. Yeah, I don't know, any historical videos pop across the feed, I put that out there for the people.
Yeah, I was with you there until sports boner, Hefty Lefty. All right, let's see if we can get Randy back, and we come back. Let's talk some NFL injury report. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The Phoenix Suns are getting a couple days off. They're not going to play again until Friday night when they play host to the Boston Celtics. Busy night tonight across the NBA. Some of the notable spreads. The Clippers are a 4-point favorite as they play host to the Celtics. Sacramento a 6.5-point favorite at home against Orlando. Golden State favored by 14 as they play host to the Trailblazers. Denver is a 2-point favorite as they play in New Orleans, and Utah sitting as a 6.5-point favorite in Minnesota against the Timberwolves. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
Rosalie, the fantasy girl here. Obviously, I love sports betting, but what I don't love is giving up part of my winnings to casinos and bookies. But the other day, I heard about a free site called Vig Zero, and it's a total game changer. Vig Zero lets me bet with my actual friends and keep all my winnings, not to mention bragging rights. If you love sports betting, you'll love Vig Zero. Go to vigzero.com to sign up, and if you want, join my group with the code Fantasy Girl. I'm placing bets on Vig Zero all the time, so go accept a few. Just don't be mad when I take your money.
Time for some smart saving. Make their dreams their reality.
I'm Arizona State Treasurer Kimberly Yee. Whatever your little one dreams of becoming, a doctor, a chef, a firefighter, they're going to need a plan and savings. Open an AZ 529 education savings plan, and you will be able to pay for their future education. Visit az529.gov and start saving to make their dream job come true.
Now that's smart saving. Sponsored by the Office of the Arizona State Treasurer.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Think you know about meth? Think again. Today's methamphetamine is far more potent, more addictive, and more deadly than ever before. Today's meth is often laced with the deadly drug fentanyl. In fact, deaths from meth use have doubled in Arizona. What can you do? Get the facts at thenewmeth.com and know there's hope and resources for recovery. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
This isn't a game of touch in the backyard.
I tore his ass up.
This isn't tossing around the ball with your friends. And it sure as hell isn't flag football.
This is the NFL. Hard-hitting, pad-smacking, body-busting football.
We've got all the primetime games in one place.
On your home for the NFL, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Really looking forward to that GCU ASU game on Thursday night. You'll hear it here at 7:15 here on 1580 The Fanatic. Michael Potter's got you all the way through on that broadcast. Very exciting. All right, Randy, we're ready to do the injury reports. I'm ready if you're ready. We got to take a look at all the injuries and stuff. But before we get to the NFL injury report, Big Stanky brings up, I'm sorry, not Big Stanky, the Jet brings up Devin Booker. Is there any new news on when he might return?
Boy, I haven't seen anything. I haven't had the notifications come through for me, and I haven't seen anything at the NBA.com. So I would have to say status quo right now. It's just steady as she goes.
I'd say at this point in the season, people are going to be slow to return from any kind of injury, especially something that can be nagging like a hamstring, because, you know, we can miss a few games now and let's get them healthy when it's time for the playoff run.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think that Chris Paul and the rest of the team are doing a good job trying to step up and keep pace for this Phoenix Suns team. So we'll have to wait and see.
So far, so good, right? All right, now to the NFL. Vikings fans, Dalvin Cook, questionable. Adam Thielen, out. Still out for Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Yeah. That and, well, your quarterback is in. Kirk Cousins will be there.
I will just say that Kirk Cousins knows who to get the ball to make himself look good. And Adam Thielen is one of those guys that helps a lot. And without that does take another weapon away from him.
What do you, Bamiga is upset. He's like, BMIGA, Bamiga. Just say, what did I say? I said Bamiga. So it's Bamiga. Bamiga? What does it mean?
Did he just say BM?
I don't know what he means, but he's very happy you're back,
BAM?
though. He says,
Oh.
"Yay, Randy's back." He's very upset about you not. So you're trying to say I pronounced it wrong? Bamiga. Well, maybe if you text it more often, we get it right. How about that, Bamiga?
Don't take it too personal, Bamiga. You just do what you got to do.
Navy Brad says, "Happy Wednesday, men. My fantasy team lost 101.2 to 101.5.
Ouch.
But here's the good news, Davey Brad. You are still very much in the running to win the $1,580 from Harman Solar, or possibly the $500 second prize. I do believe you are in the top 10. So keep making sure you do those picks, and who knows what might happen. Just a Tip says, Keon, your name is only being dragged through the mud because of what you say. Give insight. Tip your cap to comedy now and again. Show some compassion. The flash anger, zombie grunt outbursts you seem to think are so important in your persona don't really put you in the best light.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. I just don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, I get it. Some people just don't see themselves from the inside the way we see them from the outside.
Okay.
Right?
Wow.
Right.
All
Big
right.
Stanky says if we haven't seen any Christmas movies yet, he highly recommends the classic Kiss Saves Santa. It's not a kiss, it's the band Kiss. Kiss Saves Santa.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a hard no. All right, so the NFL injury report. So when you need any information about Dak Prescott, you're always going to end up talking to Jerry Jones.
Really? Is that he's the official information guy?
It does
for
not
Dak
matter.
Prescott?
It does
Yeah.
not matter. He's
all right.
He is very much a micromanager.
Well,
He says,
yeah.
"Wee-haw! Oh yeah, Dak Prescott's fine. Some passes looked off. There were bad routes by the receivers. Can't blame everything on the old Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's doing perfect. Ain't nothing wrong with him. It's the receivers.
It's the receivers.
Yeah, you think you're seeing sometimes that pass looks errant because it's a receiver, for instance, ran the route 2 yards, cut 2 yards shorter. He should be out there more yards and makes cuts. I can't tell you all the time makes a difference in the world as far as the ability to separate. You got to separate. Everybody's got to separate. All right, you got relatives over there, and the other receivers, their relatives got to separate too. There got to be relativeness to the other receivers. And then if you're not really crisp on the way out, like a crispy chip. Ooh, I like a crispy chip. It ain't Dak Prescott's fault. I did not make a mistake.
I don't have the patience to jack with you today.
He gets defensive about guys he spent a lot of money on, and Dak is certainly a guy. I don't think anyone's saying that he made a mistake with Dak. I think we all know.
You listen to me right now, you filthy mouth Keon Rose. He's 100% healthy.
Take your damn act together.
Okay.
100.
No one was saying that
100.
he wasn't.
100. Like the billions I got. Woo! See my boat?
He's just not playing at the level that we're used to seeing Dak Prescott play at. And so I think it's safe to wonder, is he completely healthy? Or is he playing through something that's nagging?
I just told you 100% healthy. 100.
All right, Jerry. All right.
Crazy Jerry.
So Justin Fields has been cleared, and he will start as quarterback for the Bears against the Packers.
How about that?
Great idea, Nagy.
You know that's not his
spectacular idea.
And at no point in this season, when he has had to start Justin Fields, I don't believe he ever really wanted to. I think that there's someone in that organization making him do the smart thing that he's supposed to do.
Yeah, I guess Fields' fractured ribs have magically healed, and he's ready to go, fully healed and good to start, I guess. And who are they playing this week? Green Bay Packers? Yeah.
Playing the Packers
Let's see
in Green Bay.
That'll go great. Tyrod Taylor, turns out he is injured again with a torn ligament in his wrist. So, the spectacular Davis Mills will get another shot to show you his greatness when they play. Who are they playing? I don't know who they're playing. They played the Colts last week.
Does it matter?
Seahawks. They play the Seahawks. All right, well, there's a chance.
And it'll be worth watching because Davis Mills is the only person with a neck in competition with Mike Lennon's.
Mike Lennon. Ben Rapesberger says, I've made 1 million throws and your shoulder starts to wear down. Like, the resistance of a girl in the bathroom when you're boys.
I don't think he said
What?
that. He
What?
definitely didn't say
What?
that. He
What?
said none of those things.
What? Ben Roethlisberger's got to go. Jake Fromm will be starting for the New York Giants, as was mentioned about Daniel Jones with the neck injury, Mike Glennon with the concussion, and now Jake Fromm. And I've seen all the jokes online. Jake from State Farm. Shut up. Well, Jake Fromm is going to be. Here's the thing. It's not really confidence building when he says, and I quote, well, it's like a lot of learning. It's like preparing for the final test and you didn't show up for any of the classes, but it's fun. Wait, what?
Wow.
So Jake Fromm is saying basically he's completely unprepared for what's about to happen.
Yeah, I don't know how to run this offense, and I thought the world ought to know.
Yeah, just
smart, Jake.
I'd have taken notes.
Or he's just saying that to throw off the other team.
No, I don't think so. This kid's dumb. So Jake Fromm, this is who are the Giants playing? Chargers. If you have the Chargers defense, absolutely play them. Absolutely play them. Jamal Adams out for the season now for the Seahawks. Shoulder injury.
Wow.
It is done. It is over. He's got that torn labia and some other shoulder damage.
Labrum.
Going to have surgery, and that'll be it. He was the only good thing the Seahawks had going on that defense, it feels like.
Yes, especially in that secondary. And I know that he's been, called out a lot because he gets burnt over the top, but still he is somebody that can come down in the box and play in the running game and stop the run. He was the best thing going on that team defensively. It's a shame for them, but boy, that's bad luck for Jamal Adams.
I like how Boomer Sooner is saying shame on me for my comment about Ben Rapesberger and is like, yeah, you're right. Shame on me. Yeah, because I did the raping. Ukla says, hey, Radio Pal, installing my new dishwasher. Can you help me? I'll buy you some beer. Yeah, that's a no. No, I'm sorry. You're going to have to call Sears or whoever you bought it from.
That's going to be a no for me.
Yeah. Hard pass on that one.
I'm a little busy right now.
Hitting the Nut says, that meth commercial you play makes me laugh. I always want them to say that meth these days, not the same as your grandma's meth.
That's what they should do.
Jet says, I believe the labia might be in a different part of the body, Jeffrey.
Yeah, that's correct. It's a labrum.
On different bodies.
Yeah, labrum.
Lost Toby shakes his head. Keon Rose just insulting everybody.
Okay.
He's had a rough day.
I haven't actually, but that's cool.
Hamilton Porter says, highly recommend Gremlins as a Christmas movie. Okay.
I mean, it is technically, yeah.
Die Hard, still a Christmas movie. Not even going to go there. Navy Brad says, Jeffrey, I've not done any of the picks. I'm not Killer Rabbit. I wish I was. You're not Killer Rabbit? I always thought you were Killer Rabbit. Well, are you Navy Brad on the picks contest? Okay, well, now I feel really bad. I was trying to give you some hope there. Shooter McGavin says, fellas, tonight I'm going on an online date. I talked to her on the phone, so I'm 90% sure she's actually a woman.
Wow. All right.
If you don't hear from me tomorrow, I'm either in a pit putting on some lotion or I'm probably dead. Well, good luck, Shooter McGavin. We salute you.
Pit?
Well, you're so Silence of the Lambs,
Oh, yeah, that means it went horribly wrong. And
okay.
He was dating a serial killer.
Yeah, all right. I'm with you.
Yeah.
So let's move on to non-injury things. The Buccaneers still sitting there with Antonio Brown on the roster after his fake vaccination card suspension. And there's a lot of thought that they'll go ahead and cut him after the suspension is over. I'm not sure the strategy on that, and or it's just they need more time to talk Tom Brady into it. I really feel for Bruce Arians because he even has a book out there, that mentions, it's called The Season in the Sun, and he talks at length about how proud he is that the Buccaneers beat COVID-19 before they beat any opponent on the field. Because at the beginning, he thought they were really, truly vaccinated and ready to go in the season. There would be any problems. And in fact, I guess that he had said in front of the team, if any of you make me or Tom Moore sick, I have a gun and I will shoot you in the kneecaps. This is serious bleep we're dealing with.
That does sound like Bruce Arians, because and I think he's right, because especially we saw it more last year, but it's still a thing this year that you're every week in the NFL you're playing 2 games. One is the team you're playing against, and the other is keep COVID out of your building. And the smart teams have been able to do that. Some teams have struggled more than others, and he thought, oh, we've got one of the smart teams. We've got 100% buy-in on this. Keep it out of the building and give us our best chance to win.
And it's not even just that. Bruce Arians, a 2-time cancer survivor, he is more vulnerable than most people to what coronavirus can do to somebody. And it's something that has been very present in his mind. So he gets everybody he thinks vaccinated. So that gives him a false sense of security. And now he's finding out it's been betrayed. He'd also said in the past, one mistake and Antonio Brown is gone. And so now here we are. And I feel bad for him because, you know, I'm sure he would love to pull the trigger on this metaphorically. But maybe now he can't, because why would Tom Brady try to stop him? I don't feel like, I don't think so. I think there is a certain point where Tom Brady even is going to be like, okay, yeah, fair enough.
I don't know. Tom Brady has been the only public supporter of Antonio Brown over the last 3 years.
So you mean beating up a moving guy, throwing a bicycle at a security guard, having the inappropriate behavior with the women, not paying his chef, not paying his masseuse, and having an inappropriate situation there. So all 5 of those strikes are okay, but he didn't really get vaccinated, and he's got a fake card. That's going to be the straw.
Well,
for who?
Those things didn't happen while he was a Buccaneer. That's the thing, is that the paying the chef, the inappropriate situation with the masseuse, all that stuff. A lot of that was either one of those got him cut from the Patriots.
There's been many times over he should have stopped being in the NFL.
I mean, remember he
falsifies his shot record. And that's going to be the straw.
We're not talking about kicking him out of the league, because understand that might not be the straw for somebody else.
League a long time ago, and so should a lot of other people. Adrian Peterson, Ben Rapesberger, Antonio Brown.
Like, if we're going to be consistent about it,
I'm sure Antonio Brown that have to go too.
I'm sorry, I'm just having a hard time that Antonio Brown's going to be released over a falsified.
And Randy,
no, it's about the point that Bruce Arians said, one mistake and he's gone.
It's just the coach he happens to play for now. But also, if you recall, he got released from the Raiders while he was going through one of those situations.
He wanted to be released from the Raiders.
He forced his way out, but part of it was they didn't want to release him originally because of the amount of money that they owed him. But then he ends up going directly to New England. And do you know how long he was in New England? 2 weeks.
1 day.
Yeah, he was gone. He was there for 14 days. So it's not like Antonio Brown has never been pushed out of the league before.
I thought that was just absolutely hilarious.
Right.
You know?
But Bruce Arians, I think a smaller mistake than this would have been enough for Bruce Arians to push him out. But
yeah, he's hamstrung because Tom Brady wants to keep him, and whatever else is at work here. So I feel
ownership kind of wants to keep him too.
I think it's a stupid thing. That team is stacked, and we could seriously make a list of players who should have never played another game in the NFL because of whatever thing they did. And then you put them into a bracket contest. And that would be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? I mean, yeah.
Oh,
Antonio Brown.
The scumbag bracket.
It's just never going to end. Anyway. All right.
I get it.
The Jet says they need to forgive and forget. That's what I tell my masseuse every week.
I assume that's what Deshaun Watson told all 50 of them. I don't know what the number is anymore.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hi, it's Rosalie the Fantasy Girl. Listen, I love the thrill of winning my weekly fantasy football matchups, but I've discovered something even better. It's peer-to-peer sports betting on Vig Zero. My friends, family, fantasy football league, we can now all put real money on the games against each other. Go to vigzero.com to sign up, and if you want, join my group with the code Fantasy Girl. No casino or bookie taking a cut. Visit vigzero.com. That's VIGZERO.com.
You feel that? It's finally happening. It's starting to get cooler. Is it time to start wearing sweaters? No. It's time to call Harman Solar. See, if you install solar now, you get to enjoy huge savings next summer, up to 85% off your monthly bill. That means with zero down and no payments for 12 months, you can put that AC at whatever temperature you like year-round. Call Harman Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmansolar.com.
To celebrate State Farm's surprisingly great rates, we gave this song surprisingly great lyrics.
Here we go. It's so cheap. Yeah, got a great rate on the down low. Cause Jake isn't your average Joe. Hard to believe. Yeah, nobody does it in that State Farm deal. Never knew the rates were this low. Oh, they ain't that steep.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Market Wrap host Mo Ansari on creating a well-balanced portfolio.
Are you just chasing this hot stock and that hot stock? Or do you have a plan? Do you have a balanced portfolio where you have a little bit in healthcare, a little bit in technology, a little bit maybe in energy even? How much do you have in the subsectors like communication services and technology? And then you look at all the stocks within those areas and say, okay, this is the one I like and this is the one that I don't like. But you have to have that balance. And then finding the right balance depending on what you're trying to accomplish. If you're looking for income in your portfolio, maybe you want more dividend paying stocks. Or I've got 20 years, I want growth.
If you need help creating a well-balanced portfolio, call pound 250 and say, talk to Mo, or go to compact.com and click on the Get Started button. Again, from your cell phone, call pound 250 and say, talk to Mo, or visit compact.com and click on the Get Started button.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harman Solar. Harman Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmansolar.com.
We've got the Big P podcast. Fantastic. Never miss your favorite host, that big interview, or your favorite show again.
That's just about the most fantastic scheme I've had to date.
Check out our podcast library. Download your favorite shows you want to hear and listen to it whenever and wherever you want.
It's like audio magic.
My. Get your ear on now at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and I think we're on to something, guys. Boogie texts in, says, scumbag bracket. Let's do it. Scumbag madness. Can it include athletes from all four major sports? I think it should include athletes from all sports. Like Oscar Pistorius should be on there for sure. We have to have some criteria. Do they need to be alive? Is there a time period? You know? I mean, what's the rate? Is it current?
Are we doing active players or just all time?
Yeah,
the all-time scumbag bracket.
I mean,
or
look at that guy for the NHL, Kane. He falsified his shot records. You know what happened to him? Got kicked off the team, and another team picked him up, and he has to go down, and he's got to come up through the minor leagues again to get his career back on track.
That's a hell of a penalty, but again, by itself, you're right, Randy. The falsifying the vaccination card is a scumbag move, but I don't think it puts you at the highest Aaron Hernandez level.
You are not the worst
or Ray
person.
Lewis level, or Ben Roethlisberger level, or Tyreek Hill, or Kareem Hunt level, or Ray Rice level.
I think it absolutely does put you on the same level as Roethlisberger. Right? Look at what he did.
Are you being serious? Because falsifying vaccination records versus violence.
Look what, he could have put many people's lives at risk by doing it.
True. But I don't know if I can put it on that same tier.
Boy, I can real easy. Real easy.
If you're serious,
I struggle to do that.
That's a douchebag move.
It's very much so. Yes.
If you're going to go out and take all the time and effort and money to get a falsified record, go get the damn shot.
Yeah. Well, there's somebody who actually did more than that. Yeah, you know how people used to use those Whizinators to cheat drug tests? Well, somebody did something. A 57-year-old man in Italy tried to trick some medical workers by wearing a fake arm. And it only took about a second for the nurse to realize, what the hell is this? It was so obvious at first. She thought the guy was an amputee and had mistakenly requested to have the shot in the wrong side. No, it was intentional. He was wearing a contraption around his torso with two silicone prosthetic arms attached, and eventually admitted what he was trying to do there, trying to get a card without actually getting the shot, and thought the nurse wouldn't notice fake arms. You know, like they're jelly, they're like gel and stuff, but
like she injects real human arms every moment of the day.
And then you just thought,
you were going to pop up in there and she just wouldn't notice that wasn't an actual arm.
To make things worse, the dude is a dentist. And he's been suspended from work and he might face some criminal charges. So Hitting the Nut says, Walker told me I have AIDS. Okay. Chuck Norris might be on the list. I don't know. Boogie says they should still be alive and it should be within the last 20 years. Okay, so is it active or not active players in the last 20 years? It's still alive. It does. I kind of lose.
The last 20 years, they've got to be.
You lose some favorites. Let's be honest.
You do lose some favorites. Some of the.
No, it doesn't have to be active because in 20 years, a lot of these people might have retired, and that takes away too many people.
Active or inactive.
It's just a 20-year time limit. Do we agree alive or not alive?
I would say
I would have to say alive.
I would have to say alive too.
There goes Aaron Hernandez. All right. All right. So alive in
because the list is basically who. These are the heinous people who should never play sports again. Well, Aaron Hernandez can't. So
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Could play sports again. It's not necessarily true of somebody from 20 years ago. So that's true. That's a criteria.
That's fair.
Well, I'm liking it. I'm liking the idea. We'll keep working on that as we go. Hefty Lefty says fake pee is for kindergarten. Real men do oil changes. Yeah. All hail the best team captain ever, Thad Castle.
I don't know. I'm not sure I follow.
Hefty Lefty, by the way, he's had a stream of consciousness on the text line, and as I scroll down, I've missed so many of them. He's doing his own show on the text line.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're out there on Twitter, Hefty Lefty, but you should definitely be followed by everybody. Fed Fan says, I just saw a commercial of the Bulls player Caruso shaving his chest for a razor company. Well, just lost my appetite. I have seen that silly commercial, and I was just like, wow. Why don't I have a national ad? Hit the nuts. Thank you. Navy Brad says, hey, if Killer Rabbit does win the money, I'll certainly take it. You almost got it if he did. I really did think it was you. Just a Tip says, at the Cardinals training facility. No, we're not doing this. Not doing it, Just a Tip. King Kitten says, do you hang Christmas lights, then plug them in, or do you plug them in first and then hang them while they're lit? I'd say it depends on the situation. I have a tree where a bunch of the lights went out. So I bought like a string of like 100 lights. I did plug it in first and then started to bring it around where all the dark spots were on the tree as I did that. But in general, I don't know. What do you guys do?
Put up the lights and then plug them in a la, Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah. That moment. Yes.
I have a tree that is very simple to operate. I put it together and the lights just come on.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was what mine was supposed to be till a bunch of lights went out.
Well, these are the LED lights.
Yeah, me too.
So I plug in the bottom branch,
right.
and then when I plug the next section in, whammo, they come on, and whammo.
They're not forever. They're not forever. And I my wife is like, just buy a new tree, and I'm like, no, that's how big Christmas gets you. And I just like for $10, I get some lights and I'm filling in branches.
That's how corporate Christmas gets you.
Yeah, I'll show you. You can't tell now. You can't tell looking at that tree. It's got a lot of lights on it now. Some work, lots don't. See, number one Rattlers fan says Larry Fitzgerald heading to Tampa Bay. That's not a real news story, but that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Big George says there's breaking news. He says City of Glendale is threatening to lock the Coyotes out of Gila River Arena for delinquent tax bills and unpaid arena charges. On December 3rd, the Arizona Department of Revenue filed a tax lien notice, and I guess they owe like $1.3 million in unpaid taxes. So
who didn't see that coming?
Ooh, City of Glendale has canceled the Coyotes business license because they're owed $250,000 in back taxes. So I guess the Coyotes have until 5 p.m. on December 20th to pay the rent and unpaid taxes. If not, the team's going to get locked out and not be able to use the arena.
Merry Christmas to us all.
This has gotten uglier than I would have expected.
So people
Much
wondered if the Coyotes management were jerking around to just have the NHL force a move to say Houston or wherever somebody was rumoring that. Now I kind of wonder, is the NHL going to have to step in and take this team away from these guys and, take care of business?
I've been saying this for a couple of years now. Ever since the Marino family and those people bought this franchise, I've been saying this. The truth will come out. There, you don't need to look at all the speculation and listen to all the hype and all the jive. The truth will come out, and here we go again. Here we go again.
Faded Hero Icon says, I am so glad I'm married nowadays. Must be a joke to get out there and date, plus all the diseases that are going around. No, thank you. Well, to be fair,
to be fair,
there are ways to protect yourself. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Did we lose Jeffrey? Did that one just kind of shut down his machine?
No, I'm just feeling bad. Just feeling bad for Faded Hero Icon out there.
Well, you don't have to. He says he's glad he's married.
No, okay. I feel bad for everybody else then.
Oh,
I wouldn't want to be single again. Holy moly! If I keep having moments like I just had,
yep,
you'll probably like. I gotta go.
You don't have to worry about it on the air. It's when you start doing that across the dinner table. That's when you start worrying about it.
I got in trouble today already. She was saying goodbye to me and the garage door was opening and she was talking and I said, I can't hear you. And she thought I was like being funny, like pretending like I literally couldn't hear her over the noise of the garage door. And I think she got mad at me. So it won't be a senior moment. It's going to be, no, seriously, I can't hear you moment. Yeah. It's your fault, Randy, by the way. You know that.
It's my fault?
Yeah. My hearing loss in the one ear because of you having the music up so loud when we did music radio back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think you should call her and apologize.
No. Not your fault, pal.
Please?
No.
All right. Well, it is time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1940, in the most fearsome display of power ever seen on any gridiron, the Monsters of the Midway nickname was born when the Chicago Bears won the NFL championship 73-0 over the Washington football team. They weren't called that at the time. Before 36,000 stunned and deriding fans in Griffith Stadium. Back to me, Jeffrey. I think he just wanted to put that one on, make you feel bad.
Yeah,
Griffith Stadium. Where is that?
It's a Washington. Well, I don't know. Where is Griffith Stadium?
It's before the Super Bowl era. I don't know how bad I'm supposed to feel about that, but it's interesting.
They use the T formation, by the way. Yeah, George Halas's T formation is where the quarterback lines up right behind the center, and with the fullback directly behind him, and a halfback on either side there. And that was the T formation. That's what they called that. By the way, that is the 73-0 is still the worst NFL championship score ever. It was Super Bowl era or not. That right there, the Bears doing that. Almost as bad as the 77-7 we put on Arizona.
Yep.
Not quite as bad, but almost as bad.
Yep.
Boomer Sooner says, Randy, I have one of those trees too. It's like the prongs go down and the female plug and go on the top prong and the thing there and the prong. It's the best invention. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it's a lot of fun to put together, too. Yeah, I put some soft music on, maybe some candlelight.
Are you really getting turned on by prongs going into?
Gotta get the prong moving in the right direction there.
I really hope Miss Kim gets home soon.
It's kind of a nice.
Hefty Lefty says the Coyotes probably should call Optima Tax Relief.
They've got the experts.
Just a Tip says this whole Coyotes thing has nothing to do with Phoenix. It's all the people that flock here that try to make a quick buck who stink. Single at 61 ain't bad, by the way. Yeah, until the lights turn off.
Trying
to think about what that even means. I'd say
the lights turn off.
I'd say if I were 61 and the lights came on, that would be that'd be worse. Is this show over yet?
Oh, it's so close.
Yeah,
about 5 minutes.
I like the scumbag bracket though. That does. Right. That seems like it'd be pretty good though. I'm gonna Boogie. You're gonna help me work on that. Boogie. That's
Are we ranking the seeds?
That's where I'm gonna need help. We're gonna come up with. Listen, coming up with 32 names of sports scumbags. It is officially the sports scumbag madness. And coming up with 32. That's not a problem.
No.
Ranking them, that's going to be a little more of a problem.
Because you got some people who have done one heinous thing.
Right.
And you got some people who have done some pretty bad stuff, but they're repeat offenders.
Right now, as we look at it, Antonio Brown, he is more than likely going to be in the Final Four.
Wow.
I mean, if you were to go straight chalk, Antonio Brown would have to be a high seed, a 1 seed or a 2 seed.
Yeah, but then as we go, we might be like, oh, maybe he's not as bad as, say, Ray Rice or, say, Kareem Hunt or, say, whoever. This is going to be interesting. I can't wait.
Is Karl Malone in the 20-year range?
What did Karl Malone do?
Oh,
something recently,
underage
right?
girl. It wasn't recent. It wasn't recent, but it was
I never
bad.
heard about that.
It was very bad.
After his career was over?
Shortly after.
Yeah.
Oh,
I never heard that one. That is horrible. All right. Well, we'll figure it out, guys. Everybody have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than serving your country. It's about